Okay, Etienne is going to take us through the setup quickly.
Okay, so first we will need to connect to the PBX. Quick connect. What's the IP address?
192 168 1.10.
The system not default now.
IP doesn't default. Okay, there's a setting on the system itself. I think it's the switch 6. We actually switch that to the opposite position that it's on. When you default, it defaults. And generally, most of the time, if you default in the system, you are on the same side. You probably want to
Picking me up now. Okay, that default password hash
PBX, all uppercase, 1357 sec.com. Okay, before you enter it, you'll understand this password encryption. Guys, you'll understand the password encryption.
No.
Okay, so version 4.63 again, I think it was. Or 4.63 and above. You've got this password encryption that came in. On versions lower than that, you don't need to put password encryption in. So it'll be without password encryption. Anything over 4.63, password encryption is required. Okay. Okay. Remember I told you anything above 4.6, it's gonna actually 4.63, it's actually gonna come up with that. Without changing the default password is being used, it's recommended that you change it. It will not allow you to go further unless you actually hit OK there and change the password. If you hit cancel there, it just throws you out of the system. Okay, so make it S at MSUNG. SUNG. So Samsung with an at sign.
and then it comes up with change successfully.
Okay, change successfully, so okay. And we are into the system. Okay, now that it's now a clean slate, what do you guys think is the first thing we should be doing? Okay, time and date. As mediocre as that sounds, clients get very annoyed when the date on their phone is actually wrong or the time is actually wrong. So let's go do that first.
Also helps with analysis on your alarms. So
Yes.
you've got the right time.
Okay, so that will be 5:05. Okay, the easiest thing to do here is to, if your PC's date and time is right, you hit that, you'll see it'll bring up the right date and time there, or you can manually go type all of that in. Okay? And you can hit save. If you are putting the PBX on an internet-enabled network, you can actually put an NTP server, an IP address in there. Your offset will be +2. Okay? And if it is going on an IP-enabled internet, actually will keep the time and date correct at all times. Okay? Save.
After.
There, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, got that. Next. Next, guys. We okay now? We can pack up and leave.
extensions if you want to change them.
Okay, if you want to change the extension numbers, 724.
7.
Number.
You wanted to cover the 70-30 with the 201 instead.
Sorry?
70-30. Yeah. Over the next map.
Okay, yeah. Okay, if this was a 70-30, your default 201 and 202 will be the two analog extensions on board. And we always prefer to have the switchboard as the lowest extension number. So we will change that in the case of a 70-30. I tend to like to take the onboards to 209 and 210, which is the last two extensions on the system. I numbered the DLI card 201 to 204. Second card 205 to 208, and 209 and 210 is the onboard analogs. But in this case, we have got a 70-70, so it automatically puts the first, the first port on the DLI as 201 to 204. Your analogs then run from 205 to 212. So if we page down, we'll be able to see that. Okay, you see it? Those are the ITPs. Okay. That's your SMIs.
That is your first exchange, it's so far.
What's your SMIs? Go up again. Here's it right here on the top. 201 to 204 is your digital extension. Okay? And as you saw there at the bottom, slot 5 is your analogs, which goes up to 212. And your loop trunks, here it is, 701 to 704. So those are your onboard extensions or onboard ports, all numbered for you. If you don't need to change it, we don't need to change anything there. If we do need to change it, we actually now, let's take extension 201 for instance. Let's change that to 301. Okay, now remember something on this system. Okay, say that. It's accepted.
Yeah.
No issues. Okay, there is a problem. So it tells you now, port 96 is got the same number. Here's 96 here. So it's your onboard SVMI. That's on the same range. If we say accept there by pushing the change button, it's going to change that port. It's going to take that 301 away. So if you want to use the SVMI card, we're going to have to come back and renumber that extension. Okay. So watch when you change that. You sometimes can actually screw up quite a lot by punching in the wrong code. Okay. Like for instance, if you had to make that a 7 extension number.
Single digits.
Yeah, single digits, forget about it. You probably will only be able to dial extensions and nothing else on your PABX. Because it's going to take all the codes away. Okay. For instance, if we had to make that an extension 7, oh, let's make it 70. It's going to take all of your trunks away. You won't have any trunks on the system. Because they're all going to be blank from here. 701, 704 will become blank.
But technically, you can allocate another.
You can technically allocate another extension, another number to the trunks, but I'm just giving it as a warning. Yeah. Okay. So we've changed that to 301. We did it as an example. We're just going to change it back now to 201, and we're going to put our 301 back at the SVM. Any other questions in 724?
What is your suggestion if you have 3 branches in terms of how you dictate what your extension range should be for 3 branches.
If I go to multiple branches, I prefer to go for a 4-digit extension plan.
Yeah, then you use 2-1, 2-2, 2-3.
Well, depending on the size of the branches, if it's smaller, small branches, I'll use my 2,000, but like 2,000 for head office,
Yeah.
2,100 for branch 1, 2,200 for branch 2, and so on and so
You
on.
can allocate a 4-digit extension to
Yeah, let's make 201, 2205, or whatever you want to make it, 4-digit number.
It just keeps it clean when you are doing multiple branches.
Any
It's
errors?
accepted. No
So-
errors.
No problems there. But in most of your systems, your 2 and your 3-digit range is generally allocated to extensions. Okay, your IPs and your virtuals, as you can see, it carries on from where your extension numbers are.
If you use 3, then you have to SVMI.
Yeah, but we could have renumbered the SVMI to something else. You can even bring the SVMIs into your extension range from the back. 299, 298, 297, 296. Okay. On your bigger systems, guys, watch 724. We've had it where you send a tech out and he decides he wants to be clever, instead of going to the MDF and changing the extension around, I'm going to do it quickly in the programming. And screws up the client totally. If you did not have a backup, you would have been sitting there for a couple of days trying to renumber those extensions.
But that's what it takes to.
It's a simple way out, but if you do it wrong, you're gonna screw yourself over. Okay. So when that warning comes up, do not just go okay. Double check what he is actually gonna change on that system.
Take care, yeah, and fix that up if you mess up.
Okay. You must have gotten a couple of calls about that, where guys do that? Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to know in the 724? Is there anything else we should be changing in 724? You saying yes?
The naming and features.
The?
The naming and the features.
The naming. What do you mean naming?
You can see one there is.
That's great.
Yeah, got that, Jesse? If you want to change features, like if you want to use a hash to answer a call from an extension.
Okay, yes. Okay, let's go to features. Go down to M. My group pickup. Okay. My group. Can you see it's set on 43? No, there's nothing in there, sorry. Usually it's 28 in there, I don't know why it's blank.
No, it's blank.
Is it blank or the
It's
new one?
blank.
Okay. That is your pickup groups. Most people tend to want to have a single digit pickup group there. You can put whatever you want in there as long as it doesn't conflict with anything else. I tend to use hash. I don't know if anybody else does the same, but I use hash. Okay. Stop. Someone said stop. Okay, I tend to use star for my pin codes.
Yeah, we swapped it around.
You always have your pin codes and star.
Yeah, I want to be different from you, so I swapped it around.
Okay. But I think most people actually go this with star for your pin codes and hash for your I've got a client that uses 0 for his pin codes
Yeah.
and wants to pick up a line.
Also, LCR you said 724?
Yeah, you do say LCR in 724 as well. And that's what's actually using the hash at the moment. Go to 257, port 257. Well, in this case, I know it's in the L, so go up.
Was it just now? Go down.
There it is. LCR. So that's what's currently using the hash. Is it going to make a big impact if we change that, guys? Anyone disagree? No. So go for it. Change it to 0.
Change the Oscar to 0.
Yeah, not yet. But let's go through and explain to them why we're doing it when we get there. Okay, so change the mind group pickup to hash.
I just need to find it.
Michael, last week we got trans and extension.
Whatever is ringing with anything that's put into your pickup group.
It's not specific, unless you use 6.5 or.
6.5 is your direct default pickup,
Yeah.
which means you have to put 6.5 and the extension number that's ringing.
Yeah.
Then you'll be able to pick up a direct call.
So can we give a prefix to the 6.5?
You can change it to whatever you want.
Wait a minute on that.
Yeah, in 724 as well. So if you go to D, go up to D. See, directed pickup
So I can change that to the hash and tell them to follow that with the.
with the extension number.
The hash follows.
That'll work as well. As I said, it's flexible, very flexible. You can customize the PBX in any way that you want. But remember, I try to keep the PBX as close to default as possible. If you ever have an issue, it's much easier to bring up the PBX, especially if you don't have a database. The more changes you make, the more difficult it is to bring the client to where he was. Okay. Anything else we should be looking at here? For now, no. That should be fine. So, should my client be up and running now?
Yes.
Why not? Okay, yeah, pick up groups client might want. Is there anything specific we need to do to get the client working now?
Yeah, you need to go to 0 for a line.
Okay, let's go see if 0 is for the line. Back to futures on the top.
Drum groups.
Yeah. Okay, we started there. Okay. So if Trump group is on 0, I'm assuming our operator is on 9. But let's verify.
Check it. Just stop me where I have to
Okay,
stop.
go. Right? Operator is on 9. Perfect. That's South African standard. Rest of the world, other way around. We were different. The rest of the world, 9 is an outside line and 0 is generally the operator. Okay, we like being different. Okay, so now if we've got an analog trunk connected to that system, it should actually be working. We should be able to make an outgoing call, dial into the number, it should ring to the switchboard. Or do we need to verify that? Let's verify that. Okay, now let's go up on this side. We're going to go to 406. No? Yeah, there.
That one.
Yeah, double click. And here. Okay, my green. Okay, so everything is bringing to 500. Are we happy with that? Hmm? You happy with it? Okay. Should we check anything else just to be sure?
603. Your lines are.
603. Let's make sure that our operator is definitely in that group. Ah, sorry, 601. 603 is trucks.
603.
Okay, 601 station groups. 500 is our default group. 201 is in there, which we are aware of it being the extension that we want in that group. Anything else? Should work now. Okay, if we had an analog extension or a trunk one, we could have tried that, but we don't. But yes, it will work.
This stage it won't work. Because we change our number, extension 201 to 2205.
No, I changed it back.
If it was that,
It would have changed.
it would have automatically brought it through here. But we changed it back to 201. We didn't want to confuse the dial plans. Okay. That number would not be there if it didn't exist on the system. On the officer system, as soon as you remove an extension number, wherever it was on the system, it is gone. Okay, it will not be there. Right, so that's that. Anything else we need to do? No, it's working. Now we have to customize as per client's requirements. This is where you all come in. What do you all want to customize, guys? What's the general things you'll get from clients?
Clients want multiple phones to ring.
Multiple phones to
Yeah,
ring.
just add an extension.
Do they want it to
that
ring
group.
with the switchboard or overflow to those extensions after
With
a
the
couple of
switchboard.
seconds? With the switchboard. Okay, give me which extension?
Say 205.
Okay, 205. Add it in there. Okay. Do you all understand what the ring mode is here on top? Can you drop down that menu for me, please? Okay. Do you all understand the difference between those three? Hmm? Okay. Sequential ring is all of the extensions that's in here. It's going to sequentially ring to those extensions. So the first call will come in, it'll ring. No, the call comes in, it'll ring to 201 first. If it's not answered at 201, it'll then ring at 205. And so on and so on and so on. If it's busy, it'll bypass and run to the next one in the group.
Now,
Okay.
on sequential,
Yes.
like we're reading the first one all the time.
Oh, sorry, you're right. It'll ring the first one all the time. If that extension is busy, it'll ring the next one. But it'll always ring the first extension in the group.
And it's not answering one hundred.
No.
No, it'll carry on ringing it. Okay, sorry. Apologize, you're right. Okay, distribute. First call comes in, it's going to ring at 201. Second call comes in, it's going to ring at 205. Third call comes in, it's going to ring, if there was an extension number, it would ring that one. Until it runs down this list, and where there's nothing, the next call will then go back to the first one. Okay? Unconditional. Whatever's in that group, all going to ring at the same time. The unconditional setting is generally the most common one.
We don't want to operate it to be busy, so.
Yeah. Okay. And even if that phone is busy, in unconditional, you'll get a call waiting tone coming through to tell the person there is another call. Okay? Sorted out your problem. What's your next request?
I'm fine for now.
You're fine for now.
Yes.
You're an easy customer. Anyone else want to be a difficult customer? No one else. That's you're an easy group here. Yes, Nick. We did mention, we said we'll cover that a little bit later. And I'll go through the easy basics first before we get there. Very good. Sorry? So a client's got a cordless and he wants it to ring, what the operator's got a cordless and wants the cordless phone to ring with the switchboard. I just add the extension in there. It's going to ring together with the switchboard. Or do you want it to be for internal calls as well? Okay. Remember, as long as I phone 500 or 9 internal, it's whoever's in here is going to follow whatever ring mode it's got and run. Okay? But if I phone 201 being the switchboard directly, only 201 is going to ring. Unless you pay. So do you want us to pay an extension? Okay. So let's go to pairing and let's pay an extension. Let's pay an analog 206 with the switchboard because the operator has now got a cordless phone with them. Okay, operator has got the cordless phone with us. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, so 740 is what we're looking for. Okay, downward. Okay, 740 is here. Station pair. Okay, we know we want to pay it with the switchboard extension, which we know is 201. Am I correct? So we said the cordless phone is on extension 206. So you're going to go to 201, which is your primary phone. That's the switchboard. And as a secondary phone, you're going to put You're going to put in extension 206 in there.
Pairing only works on different devices.
Sorry?
Explain why would you want to use pairing in its different type of devices.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you all understand what pairing is? Or do you understand why you want multiple devices to ring? A lot of the factory managers and guys that are moving around a lot require pairing. Simple reason is they've got two phones. They've got a phone on the desk, and when they're walking around, they've got a cordless or a handheld device. And they don't want people to phone their extension in the office, then there's no answer, then try their cordless phone. So you give out one extension number, being your desk phone. You pair your desk phone with your cordless phone. So when somebody phones your desk phone, both phones ring. So if you're in the office, you got the option of answering your desk phone or your cordless phone. Obviously, if you're not in your office, you've got your cordless with you, you're going to answer your cordless phone.
Now, what if I'm on my cordless and I don't want it to beep while I'm on my cordless? Otherwise, the other phone will be
Put an overflow from that extension.
No. On this system, it doesn't give you the option. On the newer systems, it actually tells you you can accept one call or allow multiple calls. Sorry?
It will actually be busy.
Yeah. Sorry.
When you're busy on the one extension and you've got it paired here and you phone the extension,
It gives an engaged tone.
Yeah, but if you have a call waiting, it beeps in your ear.
Yeah.
otherwise you could go waiting switch on, yeah. Or then you just switch it off.
If you only want to accept one call at a time, then switch your call waiting off.
You cannot pay two primary phones.
Sorry?
You cannot pay two primary phones.
Why would you want to pay two primary phones?
No, I'm saying you can't.
No, you can't.
Like the receptionist has two phones, you cannot pay them. If they're both digital phones, for example.
You can forward it to the group and
Yeah, you put them in a group and you forward everything to a group then.
No, I'm just saying. You can, whatever's on the primary side, you cannot add on the secondary side.
No, remember something. Go down.
Yeah, you can't.
See,
It's going-
whatever you've got as a primary
You cannot,
is the only things you can pay.
yes,
If there's an extension that's not on your primary list,
then you can.
you can't do pairing on it.
Yeah, you can't, yeah.
That's basically what I wanted to show you. So, for instance, over there, you notice none of the analogs are there.
Yeah, it won't be there.
You can't pair an analog with another device. IPs you can. There's a lot of IPs in there. All of these funny numbers you see here, 260s and 270s, are all IP extensions.
The virtuals.
They're virtuals, yeah.
just go to 842 quickly.
842. SIP. Information should be fine. There's no data there because in 859, no, 859 as well.
Not port setup.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, go to 859. Oh, sorry, 857. A little bit further down. You're going to have to page it down. Okay. Yeah. See, none of them are set up for SIP. Change the last wired ITP to here. Okay, save it. Okay, go back up to. No, did you not save that one? Okay, go back up here, 842. There's your SIP phones in there.
See that call forward unreachable.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't allow you to call forward to a group.
Doesn't it? Okay,
Allow you to call forward
drop
to
down
extension.
drop down that disabled one. Yeah, that one there. Call forward. Let's enable it. Let's put a group number in there. Group 500. Okay, save it. Let's see if it accepts it. Go yes? It's on the other screen. Invalid device. So it doesn't allow you to forward to a group.
Forwards to an extension.
So can we put a virtual in there and forward the virtual to a group?
Doesn't try, doesn't work.
Doesn't do it still.
Something that they need to address.
Hmm.
But a client where the car dealerships, they just take their phone and drive. So it's out of range.
Yeah.
It needs to go back to the switchboard. And if you try that setting, it doesn't work. You know, it goes to the phone and the switchboard is busy on the phone, it's busy.
Hmm.
But yeah. Okay, man.
So they've got a deck system there.
Yeah. Yes.
It's not forward to the auto tenant.
Can't go to the
So as soon as you try to transfer, it's going to say unavailable or something like that. Oh, hold on. Is the deck system accepting the call but not just putting it through to the phone? So the deck system is accepting. Have you tried...
because the guy just drove off his phone and then the system doesn't realize that the phone's not there.
So it is actually ringing.
And then it's like, yeah, it first rings and then it's like unacceptable. And then the call actually drops. The
Okay, so it doesn't
because
actually try.
return to the switchboard.
So have you tried 320 doing a forward no answer?
That's what I eventually did.
And is it working on 320? So it's going to be a bit of a time before it comes back, but it's better than losing the call.
Yes, I might time shorter.
Hmm.
But this works so much.
So it's better than dropping the call. Okay, it's not ideal, but it's a fix, temporary fix until they can get this sorted out. Okay. Okay, did you all understand that conversation? Okay. This is what I'm talking about. We can look at problems that you all are having and look for solutions to it. So if you all are having problems at a couple of your sites that you want to discuss, there's the time. Okay, Colin, not you. Okay. Right, so we've set up the switchboard now. The switchboard group is done. We can make calls, we can receive calls. We were now looking at possible changes. Any other changes that you guys got?
Set up a PIN code on some phones.
Okay. Let's go for extension 207 and 208. We want PIN codes on them. Okay, anyone know how to set up PIN codes? You're leaving the guy there to stand alone. Somebody else can help him out.
When you finish with a programming group or programming, what you need to do is when you finish save, instead of clicking on save, you click on close, the right hand one there. Because what you eventually will get is you'll get all these tabs open and it will tell you no more
Yeah.
space.
I was actually waiting for him to carry on until it actually did it to say, right, this is the reason why it's doing that. Okay, nobody wants to help you. Sorry about it. Okay, so programming codes for authorization codes, anyone? Sorry? 707. Yep, up, sorry. Carry on. Right, there. There. Okay. Authorization codes. Does everyone understand what authorization codes are used for?
And that's all out, they must punch in a code before going out.
Okay? And can we restrict that in any way, or is it just open to whatever they want to dial there? Okay. And how do we restrict it?
You'll generally use it also in a place where client's got several people using the same phone.
Mm-hmm.
So when the bill comes or the management report comes and says, no, it wasn't me,
Yeah.
then authorization codes or PIN codes actually works very well in that situation.
Did you all understand that? Everyone understand that? If you've got multiple users on a phone, how do you distinguish who's making what call? So you activate PIN codes on that extension. Of the 4 users to that phone, you give each one of them a unique PIN code. So different PIN codes. You don't take PIN codes and tell all of them the same number. Not worth it, and same as just allowing them to dial out. So when they make a call, they have to punch their PIN code in. When they punch their PIN code in, when it sends out the information to the TMS, it sends it out with the PIN code. So at the end of the month, when you run a report for that extension, you have to actually run it under PIN codes, and you can then see the 4 different PIN codes who made what call. That's the one use for PIN codes. The other use for PIN codes is, some people call it a walking class of service, because everybody in this office is always moving around and walking around. You don't know who's picking up which phone and making a call. So you set all the phones on PIN codes, and everyone has to punch their PIN code in before making a call. So then it identifies who made a call from that extension. And then some companies just say, that's a factory extension, I don't want them to use it, so put this PIN on, and if one of the managers are there and they need to make a call, they can use that phone.
And it also tends to restrict the call volume.
From,
If the client's got a very high bill, once you activate stuff like PIN code and stuff,
yeah.
tends to just come down. But you need a management system.
Okay, international call barring, which is actually something we should have covered before getting to PIN codes. Yeah, it ties into it. Now you see here in the right line, authorization class of service. You can create a class of service for all codes. So let's actually take care of that first. So let's go to 301. But before, okay, 301 is where we put it in. Let's go to 701. Sorry. Down. Up. Up more. Right, whoa. There. And a double click again. Okay. Who does not understand this table? It's a big table, looks complicated. Who doesn't understand it?
Plenty of yeses.
So everyone understands it. So I can pick anyone out of the crowd to come and explain it then. Okay. Do you want me to explain it? Then say, no, I don't understand it, so I can explain it. Don't let me drag it out of y'all. Okay. These are features on the system. All of them going down. The top level, where it says toll level, is the class of services that you got. Now you'll notice all of them are exactly the same at this point in time. So if I change anyone's class of service, it's not going to matter at this point in time, because everybody is on a toll level A and everything is yes. General practice, we just change class of service 1, we leave it on A. 2, we make B. 3, we make C. D, E. No, let's just do the whole lot. It's only 8. Okay. Right. Now, we've created 8 different classes of service. I don't know how people usually set it up, but this is the way I set it up. I leave class of service 1 as your highest level and totally open. So there's no restrictions on that class. He can phone where he wants, when he wants, how he wants. Generally, directors, the bosses, the owners, we leave him there. Okay, it's his company, it's his money. Let him phone where he wants. I use class of service 8, which is H, as fully closed. That guy can only make internal calls. So he can phone wherever he wants within the organization, which means he does not cost me any money. Internal calls are not chargeable. Okay? And then between B and G, I set up for everything else, depending on what the client wants. Generally, my B will be just no international. Right? My C will be local calls only. You can vary it whichever way you want. Okay. For now, what we're going to do is we're going to leave A as open, we're going to leave B as no international calls, and we're going to put H as internal calls only. Let's create one more, and I'm going to make that C. No cell calls, because that's the common one. Okay, so how do we do that, guys? 702. Is that the radio station or code? Okay, cool, 702. Okay, toll deny table. There's a lot of guys that will sit and tell you we use 702 and 703. Just open up 703 for me, please. Little bit to the left. Double click there, a little bit more to the left. Right, okay. Toll allow table. I tend to like just using the toll deny, and I don't bother with the toll allow. We just complicate our lives by deny and allow. And there's also 704 is your wildcard. You can use wildcards in there. I don't see any reason why. I just use the deny table. It works. I don't need to go further. Right, sorry? It's easier, yes. Okay, so we're in the toll deny table now. What do you think is the first thing we need to deny? 00. Why 00? Anyone? International. So 00. Where are we going to deny 002? Do you remember in 701 we put our A, B, C, D, E? As you can see, it doesn't give us A here. A is always open. And you'll notice it doesn't give us H on the end as well, because H is always blocked. Okay, so we got 00 in there. B means no, means it's not barred in that class. Do we leave it as no? Do we change it to yes? C, do we leave it on no or use it as yes? Yes. Why?
Buy international and
They can find overseas, but
I said C, I'm only barring cell phones.
But you can find Pakistan.
And they seem to be happy with it. So I'll buy him for cell phones, but he can phone anywhere he wants. Obviously, if I'm buying him for cells, I'm looking at cost here, and an international call is more expensive than a cellular call. So it's quite obvious if I'm buying him for something, international, I definitely don't want him to dial. So generally, 00 will go across the range to everything as no. I mean as yes, sorry.
That's when you start using the allowed table, because you get, especially in South Africa, you get a situation where they're not allowed to phone international calls, but they need to phone Botswana and
Yes.
Zimbabwe and
Sub-Saharan Africa, they're allowed to phone. Yeah. Okay, but in my experience, most of the time, if the guy can't phone international, we don't phone international. And clients are somewhat naive to the fact that, no, he's not allowed to make international calls. He needs to phone Botswana, so leave him open. Don't argue too much with clients.
just technically, if I go to my allow table and I put in a specific CLI,
Yes,
it will only allow that CLI.
yes. You can actually,
Allow him from all international calls, but allow him to phone one number.
you can actually deny 083 here.
What is it?
Digits. You can deny 083 here, which means I will not be able to make any MTN calls. And I can go to the allow table and put my whole cell number in there.
Will allow you.
If you dial my cell, it'll allow it out, but any other 083 numbers it'll deny. Okay, as I said, it gets complicated. Then you can go into your wild characters and use the star and say 08 star, deny. Then you can go there and tell the star that 1, 2 is no, and 3 is yes. So it'll only allow MTN numbers and it won't allow the others, and so on. But as I said, you're just going to complicate yourself. Keep it simple.
What I do want you to cover is allowing an extension that's totally barred to dial speed downs, if you don't mind.
Okay, that's right. I'll tell you how I do that. Everyone might have their own ways of doing it. I do it that way. Okay. All right, so we said B was going to be denied for international. Are we happy that that's going to happen there? Okay. And we said we're going to use C to deny? cell phones. Okay, let's go. Yeah, it's gone actually complicated on the cellular side now. Yeah, and it's all over the show as well now.
Surely to do cell phones, you need to do 08 star and the wild cards rather than listing all the different extensions of cell phones.
Yeah.
You also get 061, all these new ones.
Yeah.
Look, on the 08
But-
you have to do it 3 digits, but on the 06, there's only 6, all 06s are self.
Yeah, but like you said, 06, we know all the 06s are cells at the moment.
Yeah, but you have to do like 5 lines to do all the 08s. Why not just go 08?
As I said, there's many ways of doing it.
So if you go in,
You obviously like using the wild characters, so.
I've never used it before at all, but I just assume that there would be less effort.
But from a perspective of actually seeing what's happening, if I can open one page and look at my barring table, as opposed to opening 3, just simplifies things. And you may like it. And I've standardized this routine to all of my guys. Because whether I go to the client or one of my other techs go to the client, it's a standard. I'm not going to go there and say, but hold on. It's not bad. Why? Oh, it is bad. Why is it working? Meanwhile, some other oak has gone and put a allow in, or he's put a wild character in somewhere. Yes, I know it's 3 lines as opposed to 1 line, but it's all on one menu.
There is another option.
I mean, okay, if you did 08 star there, for instance, right? Yeah, go to the wild character. Okay, now I still have to go here and say yes, no, yes, no. Time-wise, I would have been done, you would have still been typing.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
Okay,
Because
so
the program, the idea is always to do the least number of steps.
least number of steps to achieve your goal.
Doing it 6 billion times.
Yes,
And it takes 5 seconds, it's 6 billion times 5.
yeah. Okay, so as I said, up to you, whichever route you want to go. But that's the way I like doing it. And as I said, I'm not forcing my route down on you. Therefore, I said, if you've got a suggestion, let's look at it, and we can, after that, decide whichever way you want to go. But I prefer to standardize on one and stick to it.
so if you put in 08 star on the tall star,
Yeah, 08X.
08X,
Go to the wildcard again. You can actually go to it on top. See, you got X, Y, and Z.
okay.
So you can use 08X or 08Y or 08Z and then adjust it
Drop
into.
down for yes or no, so if you want to allow 080, then you just drop down and say
Yes.
or no, whatever.
Okay.
We'll exclude that.
And 08 triple X will deny the phone numbers.
Yeah, you can actually put multiple X's in. But then how do you distinguish which is your,
It will just follow the first
Yeah.
one anyway.
No, I'm saying if you put 08 triple X, it will deny the phone number.
no, the pawn numbers are still allowed there because you got the 08 in the front. You must just put XXX. Okay, so, oh, you changed, you changed all the figures in here, did I? 4. 06 and 07. There is no other numbers on 07 at the moment other than cellular, am I correct? Huh? No, there's new numbers popping up every day, that's why I'm asking, I'm not sure.
See, there's a 010 numbers nowadays that's popping up.
Yeah, but those are generally landline and it's the VoIP guys. It's actually Telkom is also using no.
You got,
Okay,
you want to allow the guy to find 086
Okay.
numbers.
so
Cell phone numbers, which is all that.
have we covered cellular now, guys?
You allow 080.
What's the 87?
And then it's all yes. And then you go to 98, or say, allowing those to
07, yes, 87.
Okay, is that correct? Everyone in agreement with that?
B needs to be no as well, yes.
Right. Does everyone agree with that now? Anyone disagree? talk now. Okay, save it.
I tell you, we're going to do the speed dial.
Okay. Okay, we'll come back and do the speed dial as one complete section. You just have to put the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there.
Remind me.
Okay. Do you do it the same way I do it then? I put it in a class, and I put it on PIN codes, for instance, and then I just go into the allow table, the deny table. I put 1, 2, 0 in it, in a specific class, and then it allows the speed dial, but it doesn't allow you to dial anything else. No, so it's the same way. Okay. Right, so now we've set it up. How do we now activate it on particular extensions?
Either by your code or your extension.
Okay, we're doing it only on the extension for now.
301.
Okay, 301. Yeah, there you. No, that was 300. One more below. Okay, so now, does everyone understand what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 means?
Ring groups. Ring plans.
Not, yeah, ring plans, or your dial plans, or whatever you want to call it. Day service, night service, lunch, holiday, whatever. Okay, there's 6 classes on a office-serve system. So there's 6 different modes the system can be in. The most common being day mode, which is the normal operating mode of the system, and night mode. That's 99% of your clients has got it that way. They've got 2 modes set, day mode and night mode, and that's it. Okay? But you can put up to 6 different modes on. Certain clients may have day, lunch, night, holiday, whatever the case may be. Okay, so we are saying that in day mode, the guys can't phone international at all from extension 202. So what class of service do you think he goes into? 3. Okay, so put him into 3. And he's a sales oak, so I'm going to assume his boss is going to be kind of annoyed at him when he says, I didn't make my sales because I couldn't phone anyone on their cell phones. Okay, 2. 2 is barring international only. 3 is barring international and cellular. That's what we set up. Remember, you can do a group if you want that denies cellular and, denies international but allows cellular, or vice versa. You can do it any way you want.
Sometimes you get a special request. They want a phone that everybody must still reach them, but no incoming or outgoing calls.
Everyone must still be able to reach them
Internally.
internally. But oh, you mean no calls from the outside?
Yeah, so in other words, you can't from the switchboard make a phone call and transfer it to them.
Yes, okay.
Not allowed that as well.
Yeah. Okay. And let's say extension 203 is not allowed to phone international and cell phones. Okay. Now remember, because we've got different classes of service here, you got day, and let's look at 2 for now. 1 is day and 2 is night. We can now tell the system that if the system is in night service, we don't want extension 204, which is in the factory, to be able to make any calls at all at night. Should be able to receive calls, but there should be no one there, so we don't want him to make calls. So we put him into 8. Okay. But now, during the day, he can make any calls he wants. So let's buy him for international and cell during the day as well, because that's a phone in the factory. There should be no reason why they would need to phone anyone else out of that. Okay. So are we happy that that will work? Are we happy? Okay, but now I'm saying I have got a night service. And at night, if they have an emergency, that guy is not going to be able to phone anyone. No, he's barred for 8 at night there on 204. He cannot phone anyone. He can only phone internally. And unless somebody else is in the company that can help him, he's screwed there. Fire breaks out, he can't even phone for help.
You must give him access to
Give him access to?
only dial speed dials.
That's an option. We can say, okay, let's allow him speed dials and let's put 10,111 into the speed dial list. So at least he can phone for assistance. Put his manager's number into the speed dial. Put the security company into the speed dial. So how do we do that? Sorry, 705. Okay, 705? Down, sorry. Oh yeah, you haven't saved, have you saved? Okay, 705. There. System speed dials. Okay. Anyone know how to do a speed dial?
The 0 first.
Put a 0 first, okay? Why are we putting a 0 in there? To pick up a trunk, okay? And let's go for 10,111 flying squad. Okay, and this being South Africa, we know they're going to get there tomorrow night, so I need to phone somebody else that's going to react a little bit quicker than they are. So let's put let's put my manager's number in there, and let's say his number is his number is 08 whatever. Okay, I think we understand even if you've got a digit extra. Okay, and whatever his name is. Okay, so you save that.
His name is Boss.
Okay, so you happy now? Your problem is solved.
No, not yet.
Why?
That's,
You said I must put speed dials in for him. I've done that.
but I'm asking only access to use it.
Oh, you need access to use it. How do we do that? Speed dials are available to everyone on the system. Must be a code to press. Why a code?
You can get to the speed dial, just press zeros and give you just your normal ring to dial out.
No, you dial 16 followed by the location number for speed dials. So he should be able to pick up his phone, dial 16500 and get an automated message saying we are on strike now, so please call back when we are available.
You have to go there and numbers and change it to speed dials accepted.
Sorry?
You have to go and change it to speed dials accepted.
Where do we do that?
I'm pretty close to 707 one.
No, PIN codes, in speed dials are 605.
There's an option on 701 as well.
Mm. Okay, go to 600 for him. One up. No, one up. Okay. 606. No. 607? No, one up. No. Okay. Ah, sorry. 705 speed dial, sorry. Okay, 700. 705 is there, so 706. System speed dial, open that. Is,
That's just the names.
yeah, that's just the names. It was somewhere.
Maybe 701.
Okay, 701.
Scroll down to the bottom there.
Speed. S.
It's a system speed dial code.
Yeah, that one.
But it doesn't always-
Yeah, I know.
It's there.
Okay, it's there. So you saying in class 8 where I put him, if I change that to no, I shouldn't have a problem dialing speed dials. Okay. Yes, it should work, but it doesn't. I don't know why. I didn't question why. I just looked at another way around it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new class of service now to allow speed dials out from a barred extension. Okay. So where did we do that before? Under what code? Sorry? 702. Okay, our toll deny table. So now we look for a group that we haven't used. We haven't used D, am I correct? So let's use D. So what are we going to bar? Okay, 0, 1, up to 9. Right. And we're going to put yes for D.
All the numbers in South Africa starts with 0, so there's no need to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, I just do it in because you can try to tell telecom services, and you don't know what other new numbers are going to be coming up. So we just put everything in. Yeah, we're future-proofing. But yes, Nick's right. All that we need is that one there, but we'll put everything in just to be on the safe side. Okay. Can he now phone out at night? The speed dials? Why not?
It's on a different class of server.
Okay.
Need to change him also to the class of server.
Right. So we left him on 8. We're going to have to change him to what? 4. That's correct. So let's go change his class of service to 4. 301. Up more. There we go. And that was extension 204 at night. 4.
Any particular reason why they switched from letters to numbers?
I have no idea why they did that. No idea. Can't answer that. Actually, no, I probably can. Remember, the Samsung systems were set up with programming from the key set before. And it probably made it easier to punch in a number than push an alphabet. Now that everyone's moved over to PC programming, you might find that they will switch it at some point to alphabets again. Okay. Are we happy now that he's sorted out? Okay. Now remember, you can use that for an extension where they say, I only want this person to make authorized calls, authorized company calls only. So what do we do in that case? We put the same class of service, allow them speed dials, and we put all the authorized numbers into the speed dial list. Does anyone know how many speed dials are allowed on a 7000 series system? Anybody? Who said 5,000? Ah, no, you're way off. 200. Who said 200? Okay. Any other figures? Default, it's 200. But it can be changed. Can go up to 950. Anybody want to know how to change it, or you're all happy with the 200 that you got? You want the 950? Okay, anybody know where to change that? That's a good question, because I'm actually trying to think now again as well. Yeah, it's in the 600 somewhere. Okay, go to 600. Sorry? Changing the speed dials from 200 to 950. 8, is it 861? Okay, 861, sorry. More down. Right, 861, yeah. A little bit to the left. Yeah, save that. Okay, hold on, before you save it. If you do make a change on a page and you change the page and you haven't saved, it does come up with that. Okay, so you can save your data before carrying on. Okay, so 861 is there. System options. Okay, sorry, here it is. System speed block, 20. Your blocks are in 10. So 20 means there's 200 speed dials at the moment. So you can actually click on that. You can change it to anything between that and 95. So if you want 300 speed dials, you just make that 30. If you want 500, you make that 50. If you want the maximum 950, you make that 95.
And then you go one step up.
Yeah. Okay.
Will they follow in sequence 500?
They start, no, they then change, they actually now start at 50.
From 550?
16050 to 16999.
Yeah, but you can change that if you want to as well.
Not really. Not really. That's your speed dials set.
So can't we change our speed out from 500 to...
You can change the 16 in the front,
Yeah, and
but you can't change the number.
I think I did one.
No.
From 500?
Can't change that. You can change the 16, the speed dial code, but not the physical location number. Okay. Right, so now I've got 950 speed dials on that system. Okay, so we've done speed dials, we've done barring, we've done ring groups. Anything else your client wants? No, pin code, sorry. We were busy with pin codes. That's how we fell onto the barring side of things. 707. Up more? No, more up. Yep. Okay, so now, pin codes. Anyone know what's the minimum amount of digits required for a pin code? And maximum?
7 or 8.
I think it's 8. Punch in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see where it stops. 9, 10, 1 again. So it's 10. 10 is your maximum. But I mean, now if I want to make an outgoing call, I'm actually going to dial 21 digits before I get there. So obviously that's going to be a bit of a...
Sleep and I'm not going to calling and save money.
Yeah. Okay. So, as I said, you can go anything from 4 being a minimum to 10. So, let's leave it at 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Is there any particular class of service that person needs to have? Let's deny that class of service phoning international and cell. So, what class do I put it into? Everyone in agreement? Press save. What extension must that now be associated with? Which extensions need to use pin code and which ones don't? Right. How do we set that up? Because there's multiple ways to do it. Okay, you can do it in 305. Let's go to 305. Yeah, yeah, it's there. Okay, force codes. The extensions I want to use force codes on, drop down one menu for me. Okay, so we just put that as authorized code. So that extension will not be able to dial out unless punching pin code in. the way we punch a PIN code in is star, the 4-digit code, which in this case is 1234, 0 for your line, and the number you want to dial. But I've got a problem. I want that extension to be able to use speed dials. And if he wants to make another call, he can use his PIN code. How do I now do that? Anyone? Take him out of where? Make it none there. Okay, let's go to 203 and make it none.
We go to 301.
Okay, let's go to 301.
It's better to do that with your operator because normally they have to test lines.
Okay, so what am I doing now to him? It was extension 203 we were talking about. We made him none on that side. What do we do here now? Put him into class of service 4. Okay, so we put him into class of service 4. No, yeah, that's right. Does everyone agree with that? Why?
Because he can dial the speed dial,
Okay,
nothing else, but he can still use his code to dial out.
exactly. Your authorization code, when you hit that star button and you put your PIN code in, changes the class of service of that extension to whatever your PIN's class of service is.
So that overrides your
That overrides the phone's class of service. Okay. So that extension will be able to make a speed dial call without punching in his PIN, and he'll be able to make an outside call by punching in his PIN. Everyone happy? What else does our client want, people? Come, what's the problems you'll have on site? You guys are dealing with clients every day.
Coffee.
Can't help you there. System doesn't make coffee.
When you go back to 724, the 601, to explain the hunting time and all of that.
601. Okay, so station groups. Okay, 601. Station groups. Okay, does somebody want to help him out, please? Come, people, somebody help the man out. I says no takers, but. Okay, there you've got a taker. Yeah.
Client wants it to go from, switchboard doesn't answer,
Mm-hmm.
send it to the sales group.
Okay.
If the sales group doesn't answer, one of the extensions in the sales group, it must go to that person as a senior person. So it goes to an all-ring group.
Okay.
If nobody answers, it goes to the manager. If the manager's
Okay.
not there, they want that call to transfer to the cell phone.
Okay.
So really got a problem, we saw
Yeah,
all the way
that's
there.
what overflowing all the
Huh?
time.
Okay. I'm just checking if there's anything else because you kind of made that a bit of a complicating one. Okay. So it rings at the switchboard. Switchboard doesn't answer. It must ring all the extensions in the company.
Well, yeah.
Okay, a group of 4 extensions. Okay. So the ring mode for the switchboard, the call is going to come in. We got the switchboard in there. You're happy. That's the way it must ring.
Yeah.
How long must it ring there before it gets to the other group? 3 seconds. 30 seconds. Okay, Colin. Let's go here to overflow time first. Make that 30. I actually think it will accept that without a problem. Okay? Next port. Yeah. Yeah, that one. Let's push it to the 501 group. Let's push it here. Okay. Let's go to the 501 group now, under members. And what? 202, 203, 204. Okay, so let's put those members in there, 202, 203, and 204. Okay, so it must ring all of those at the same time. This group set up correctly, guys? Okay, perfect. On to the top, sequential, change that to unconditional. One more, yeah. Right. Once it rings this group, how long must it ring this group?
10 seconds.
Okay, and then what must it do?
Then it must go to the manager's extension, 205.
205, okay. Can we just use 260 because we don't have a 205 on this one? Okay. Okay, so then we're going to say next spot, put in 260. Huh? You got a 1 backspace, 260. Okay, but our overflow time, you said, sorry, 30 seconds as well.
Oh, 10, yeah, 30 is fine.
Okay, 30 seconds there. Okay. Are we happy that call comes in, it's going to ring to this group? If it's not answered within 30 seconds of this group, it's going to flow to this group. It's going to ring for 30 seconds at this group, and then it's going to go to extension 260. Are we all in happiness with that? Okay, save that. Okay, so now we got a call ringing at extension 260. What did you want it to do then?
Doesn't get answered, forward it out to a cell phone.
Okay, so let's go to 102. Up. I don't know where your mouse is. It's probably on the other screen, yeah. Yeah, there we are back. Okay, here and up. Right, sorry, I'm a short hook.
Sorry, before you jump there,
Yeah.
you've got overflow time, I understand. What's transfer time for?
Transfer time is if you, Colin, just drop down the group type on the top. Down, down, down. Okay, there. Click there. Okay, can you see you got different groups here?
Yeah.
You got a normal group, you got a voicemail group, you got a UCD group. Now, let's say we choose it as a UCD group. And we put a whole lot of extensions in this group. That hunt time is the time it'll hunt from one extension to the next extension in that group. So if I set it for 10 seconds, the call, let's say it's in this group here, the call will ring 202 for 10 seconds. When 202 doesn't answer, it'll jump to 203. It'll ring there for 10 seconds. And then it'll jump to the next one and ring for 10 seconds. Okay. Okay, so, right, let's go out of here. We were going to 102 on top. 1, yes. And 2. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
Click it. Again, never.
Right, now go to call forwarding. Click there. Okay. Sorry, we pushed to do 260.
Yeah.
So at 260, click down there. Okay, we got all, busy, no answer, DND, follow me set.
No answer.
Okay, no answer. So go to no answer. Yeah, that one. Now, it has made it. What goes in there? The TS number. Sorry? 0 for a line, yes. You're on 263 at the moment. Okay, so TS, yes, thank you. Okay, you have to look at the top menu. See there, all forward, busy forward, no answer forward, do and D forward. So you have to choose the right forward. So which forward did we choose? No answer. So we have to go to the no answer there, yes. What do we put in the TS number? 0, which is your trunk number or station number. Outgoing digits is the cell number or whatever number you want it forwarded to. Okay. Okay, so I've sorted your problem out now. Who's next?
Sorry, they're saying there's a small company, the receptionist's got to go out to do something, so there's no one there.
Yes.
So program a DS button to forward to a mobile phone.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
And set up that forward.
Okay, is everyone happy that this is going to work?
No.
Why?
Because
What times?
In, in the station groups. It's 30 seconds, 30 seconds.
What trunks have we set up on the system?
Excuse me?
What trunks have we set up on the system? No, what's the trunks that we've got? We've got analog trunks on there. Huh? We've only got analog at this point.
That's going to cut off after 50 seconds.
No. It's actually going to run for 20 minutes now.
It's going to take 10 seconds before.
It's going to take some time before it forwards off. But it's going to hold that call for 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, you have to set it for 501.
Because that's the default, it's 20 minutes. Analog trunks do not send a disconnect tone back. So the system never knows when either party is put down on that call. If you had ISDN or SIP, no issues with that. But analog forwarding to analog does not have a disconnect. The system does not know when either party is put down. So it's going to hold that line open for 20 minutes, being the default trunk to trunk time. So what do we have to do? Okay, what do you change it to?
3 minutes for customers.
Okay, so 3 minutes. I change it to 3 minutes. But the client's still talking in that period. What happens then?
Then I cut off.
Yes, I'm going to have a pissed off client on my hand.
Or you tell him beforehand.
Exactly. There's nothing we can do about it. We just have to explain to the client that, listen, Mr. Client, this is the story. So if you know it's a forwarded call from your company, which you should know, because when the call comes in, it's going to come in with your company number on it. Make the person on the other side aware that this call is going to last for that period of time, get his details rather before it cuts the call, and you got a pissed off client on your hand. So you can tell the client, you tell me now, how long do you want me to set for? But remember, if you tell me leave it for 20 minutes, that's fine, but 2 of your lines are going to be held for that 20 minutes. Won't necessarily be billed for 20 minutes, but it will be held for that 20 minutes. If you've only got 3 lines on the system, you're screwed.
So the TMS will show it as a 20-minute call.
The TMS will show it as a 20-minute call, but from Telkom's billing side, they actually do know that call is terminated.
Could this be forwarded to a VoIP extension as well?
Yeah, it can be forwarded to whatever, VoIP, whatever it is. But remember, for VoIP, it would then have to have, no, actually, it can be forwarded to VoIP extension. But if it's forwarded to a VoIP extension, it'll actually work better. Because a VoIP actually knows when the call is terminated, so it'll actually terminate the call. So you don't have to worry about the analog timer then. Okay? So that was all I wanted to explain there. You have to just make sure that you explain to your client about the timer. And don't just set it and walk away, because it's going to hold that call for 20 minutes. You're going to tie up 2 of the lines immediately for 20 minutes. It's 501 or 502. Just go down to 50. More. Ah, you're far off. Go. It's gone too far now. Yeah, raise it. Just check 501. I think it's actually 502. Yeah, it's 502. Yeah.
But the CRTC disconnect time.
Yeah.
I think it's 501.
Is it?
Go up one. Yeah. No, one a little down. Yeah, there. Confirm disconnect, no action. I think it's 7. Yeah. CO time. Oh, CO disconnect time. That one. See, it's defaulted on 20 minutes. And guys, when you're working, especially with the timers, check the brackets. Sometimes it's in milliseconds, sometimes it's in seconds, sometimes it's in minutes. So, you know what, if you're assuming it was seconds, like this one, it's actually minutes. So just double check the brackets, please.
It's also where you set up the timers for the application as well.
Sorry?
You set the timers for the application log out time.
Yeah. I hate actually when people do that. Because I'll just go check something quickly, like if I need to see what the IP address is so I can log in from the application. I'll walk from the server room on the other end of the company, get to the switchboard, quickly just log in, check the IP address, okay, lekker, walk all the way back there to realize switchboard is still freaking in. God, walk all the way back there just to log it out. So yeah, but again today with the guys using PCs more, I don't think anybody really worries about changing that timer. Okay, so are you all happy now that our forward works? Because I'm not. Any reason why you all think I'm not? CO to CO forward on the system is not defaulted on. So you need to actually put that on. You said it is?
You switch it on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, where?
The 210.
210, Colin? Okay, talk Colin through it.
I think it's just up there.
Now down to, oh, sorry, yeah, it's 2 here. Now you've gone past it now. Up more. No up. Yeah, 2. No, one more down. Yeah, yeah. One more down. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. Okay, 210. Not today.
Why does it repeat itself like that?
What do you mean?
There are different MMCs that just need the same.
Yeah, because on your MMCs before, it was broken up into various things. Now, with the DM tool, it incorporated a lot of things into one page, but it still left the codes for the other ones there. It opens up the same page if you actually open up that, that device or that menu.
No, I think it's just go to the last one, station phone group option.
Station phone group option.
Yeah.
Yep. Double click.
Intercom external what?
No, no. Trunk to trunk forward on.
Yeah, that's intercom external forward. UCD forward. Look up options, go there. Yeah, there. So you see that one that says intercom external forward.
This one here.
That's the one.
Okay. Do you all know what that's for?
Yeah, so when the call comes in from into a switchboard, it'll be forwarded. Now it
Internal.
allows you
Internal call.
Allows you to pick up that 0.
No, an internal call. So if a call is sent to you internally, must it still forward? Yeah. So externally it'll forward, but internally it says somebody from within the company is phoning. Must I forward it or not?
But we didn't ask for that. We didn't.
No, I did.
We didn't ask for that.
It won't go out. That's why my client wouldn't work, because I never.
Okay, so even if somebody tries it internally, you want to follow that.
No, it's to push the external call out again. If you don't have that on, what happens is you get to the phone, and when it's try to forward it out, it just dies there. And then you sit like a cockeroni.
Yeah, but if someone internally phones that 260, it's also going to forward.
It's gonna forward.
It's going to forward to the sub.
So internally when they phone you.
Yeah.
Does this allow both? It allows the internal calls to be forwarded and allows you to forward.
No. It allows internal calls to be forward.
So that doesn't answer his question.
Okay. There's still trunk to trunk forward that needs to be switched on. Okay. Okay.
So you've got to do this.
Okay. Just go to 400 for me. Go down. 400. Trunk on off?
There.
Yeah. Okay, here's it here. It's actually on, sorry, on default. Okay,
So by default, it's on.
yeah. Okay, now it'll work, yeah. Okay, sorry, there was another one that before we went back to this one, there was someone that asked a question.
No, you program the DS button, so that the person can just push that and then forward it to his cell phone.
Okay. Okay, so you want the operator to forward her phone off to a cell phone. Okay? Any suggestions on how we do that?
You can take a sample of 500 group,
Why?
otherwise you can't forward yourself.
Yes.
Or you can go to straight to 102 and forward it from there.
You can't
A switchboard operator, she's automatically, in this case, sitting in the 500 group. You cannot do a call forward from an extension that's within that group because it's actually calling a group. It's not calling that particular extension. So even if you put a call forward on her phone, it's not going to forward off because it's ringing the 500 group. So we need to do two things in this case. For that to operate, we have to actually put the incoming call to go to 201 and not the 500 group. And then we do a call forward on 201. Okay, and then the call forward, you said you want it as a DS button. Okay, so let's go to, firstly, let's 406. Okay, do we have to do 406? You understand the, okay. So we don't do everyone understands what we were supposed to do in 406. Okay, so let's go to 722. It's here. Yeah. Yeah, when my finger is, fuck off, man. Yeah. Okay, station key. A little bit lower, yeah.
Okay, but that'll only work if there's one switchboard in a group.
Yes.
If there's two switchboards in a group,
If there's two switchboards, then what do we do?
would you program a phantom and forward the phantom to a...
No, I just program one of the class of services to be class of service 3 as the DSS button. That phone of hers will be permanently on a forward. So when when you actually put it into that class of service, the call is directed to 201. 201 is on the forward and automatically works out. Okay. So we're going to take button number 3 and make that our forward button. So go to 3. So yeah, I'll program a separate ring plan as that, and you leave her phone on permanent forward to this thing, because when she's in the other plans, it's ringing to the 500 group, no issue. And ring plan 3, as soon as she puts it into ring plan 3, automatically calls the ringing to 201 and gets forwarded out to herself. Okay, so what are we looking for there now? What do we want to do forward? So go down to F. Up. Forward. Right, and what do we do there? Anyone?
Extension number 201.
No, we're on 201.
201, so it needs to go.
Hmm?
Zero.
What are we trying to do again? We're trying to forward.
Forward phone to a cell phone.
0 and then the number.
Try it.
Just put a 3 there. Put a 3 there. No, just say it.
What?
Just put a 3
Actually,
there.
it's 5, I think.
The external was 5.
Yeah. 5. Enter.
Go back to 102 and explain why you didn't call.
Yeah. Okay. Go to 102.
Open.
Yeah. Go up. Right. Call forward 102. Okay, 201. Can you see here? You got forward types there. Click on, yeah, one more below. Yeah. Can you see you got all these forwards here? All busy, no answer, whatever the case may be. Each one of those is actually got a number attached to it.
All is fine.
Forward all is 5. No, forward external is 5.
Actually not listed there.
Yeah, it's not listed here.
So we will.
That's why 3 will work, because you've got 3 set like that, but it doesn't do that
Yeah.
in the field, yeah.
Okay, so let's set it and let's try it on the phone. Let's see what happens.
It's set already.
No, did you set it? Go up to there's the and station key on the top. Okay, you've saved it. On button 3. So let's go to the phone and push button 3. And let's see what it does. Enter forward number. So you enter the number, and that's what the forward is set to.
You can change that number anytime you want.
3 will also work.
Yeah. Sorry?
If you put 3, it will also work.
Let's change it to 3.
Because you already put 3 there and another.
Okay, save it. Saved. Now, must program no answer forward. So 3 is asking for no answer.
What's
Can you
happening
program
now?
it?
Hmm?
No,
What
there's
extension
nothing
number is
like
on?
that.
That's the 1. Go back to 102.
Forward 1
Mhm.
takes all. Forward 2, no answer. Forward 3, when busy. 4, it combines 1 and 2.
Okay.
2 and 3. 5 is when do not disturb. So the forward.
So we should actually do 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
External to an external is no longer there. That was
Yeah, it used to be
older version.
used to be 5 for external, so it's no more longer there. So we have to do a call forward all, which is 1.
Or do not disturb.
Yeah, but then she has to put a phone on to do another stuff. Okay, so we'll just give it as an all call forward.
Because I'm the customer and I want to be full of shit now. I want that phone to use the code.
A code? A PIN code?
Put code.
Okay. Ah, you think you're going to catch me here?
Yeah?
Okay, guys, what do you think we should do? We're going to put a PIN code on that, and the reason he's bringing this up is because then he's not going to do the call forward. He's going to tell me to stuff off.
Yeah.
What do we do? Can I answer that for you? I'll then put her cell number into the speed dial and do a speed dial forward. I'll forward to a speed dial number.
Can you?
Yeah. So I've just overcome your forwarding problem. Remember how we set our PIN codes
Yeah.
to use a speed dial?
Yeah.
Just do that setup on that phone.
But can you put a spindle into that?
Yeah. You put
You just make that
the
so
digits
speed-
that you put in.
Yeah.
You just put 16 and the location number. You put the speed dial number into your forward, and it works.
I'll try that and do it.
Works. Works. Trust me.
Okay.
Okay. Or on that same class of service where you got a speed dial,
Yeah.
and we'll help you out now with your allow table. Put a full number into the allow table. It'll allow the call out. And that class of service. Okay. There's many ways of playing around and getting things to work. Okay.
I've done exactly this and it didn't work.
What, for the forward?
For the forward.
Did you change it to the extension number as opposed to the group number?
I haven't done that.
No, it won't work.
Then it won't work. If as soon as you change it to the extension number, guarantee you it'll be up and running.
But then your grouping won't work.
Yeah, okay, so now, like we said, we got more than one switchboard operator, so it's in a group. There's nothing I can do about that. But operator 2 didn't come to work today, so I'm the only one here and I'm going out, I want to forward the calls. What do we do? Create a different ring plan, where she has to now change her class of service to class of service 3, 4, whatever one you created, and then Under that ring pen, all the calls ring to 201 and not the group, and then the forward works again. Okay, she has to press a few extra buttons now, but simple and easy. Okay, check how helpful this is. We're solving y'all's problems here. What else? What else the client wants now? Totally blocked. Mustn't receive calls, mustn't make calls. Okay, so he's just excluded from all lines. Okay. Anyone got any suggestion for his client?
So just block all outbound,
Sorry?
just for internal calls.
Only internal calls. He can't even receive calls from the outside world.
Go to the reception phone, 85 and transfer it to the
Then you go to the 301, make that extension to the highest class of service. But
That'll
internal
block me
calls-
from outside, from making calls out.
But then you can DND, you make, yeah,
But D&D, you won't receive internal calls as well.
but do they want internal calls?
Yeah, they want the internal calls.
three ladies. She wants to receive calls.
Okay, I haven't had that one, but I'm going to take a crack at it. Okay, I'm assuming you've had it and solved it. Okay, I will obviously look at trunk, extension trunk usage.
Trunk access, yes.
Yes. So is that how you solved it?
Special council service, go to the trunk access, go deny all.
Yeah.
Receive all.
Okay.
That's 614.
Yeah, 614. 614 and 304, I think it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone understand that one? Okay. You want to talk Colin through it so he can run through it there quickly?
Okay, go to 701.
Down. More down. Yep, yep. No, I'm not falling for that one again. You lost the mouse. Check, it's probably on that screen. Yeah.
Go down, or let's say choose, let's say number G, which is 7.
Okay, we're going to use G7, right?
So we're going to use G. 7.
Yeah, that one.
Go down all the way.
No, page down.
Go down all the way on that column.
No, page down is, that goes quite far down actually. The middle one on the mouse, Colin.
Or just drag it down on the left hand side. Just drag down the slider.
So G now, we're in G.
Yeah, you can still see it's 7.
And so you deny all the trunk groups. Or you can just, if there's only one trunk group, you just deny the first.
Yeah. Okay, so the trunk groups are here, starting from here. So click on that and say no.
Making double sure. Deny all the trunk groups there.
One more down. Yeah, there.
That'll become a no.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it becomes a no.
And save it. You can do it for all the trunk groups that's on the system. But, okay.
Okay, so you make it all no. Yeah. Yes.
Anymore.
It's fine. You all understand we make it all no. Sorry.
The lady said the photo must be written once it's not called.
Is it here already? Okay.
Okay, go to 614.
It's on the same, you didn't have to move. Port use. Okay, this is the problem that we said. See, that one you didn't save.
Yeah. 614, you said?
Yeah, the airport use group. Double click.
But then
Okay, let's choose the extension, let's say 210.
210.
down.
Give it a different number. Let's say
2.
Okay. Save. And close.
And close.
If you close, you have to say that.
Okay, then go to 304.
No, down, down.
Stop.
No click.
304.
Okay, both of them you're gonna have to do.
So go to the first one first.
Yeah.
And what did we make it?
We made it 2, and the trunks are all defaulted in 101.
2, you say no.
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, make it go there.
Okay, do you all understand this table?
Yeah.
Okay. And then save it. And go to that one.
And also make it no. You're not allowing it to dial, and you're not allowing it
To receive as well.
And you blocked it from the Trump group access as well.
Same thing, make it no.
So in theory, it shouldn't
Yeah.
have to receive the call at all.
At all. Okay. Okay, guys, before we go on, they actually have told us that the food is here and it's warm now, so preferably let's break for lunch. It is, so we'll break for an hour, so let's call it 20 past 1. Let's be back in. Ah, you can. It's switching to the other screen all the time. Ah, that's straightforward. There shouldn't be anything there we need to. Nah. Okay, I'm just uploading the backup that we took before we cleared the programming on the system, just so we can run through a SIP scenario. The one thing we actually didn't cover is LCR, and I'm actually surprised nobody asked about that. Did you ask about the LCR? Oh, okay.
I think we asked that first.
Yeah, you said we'll come back to it.
Come back to it, okay. Okay. Okay, the LCR is going to be programmed on this one, so we'll just run through it. Okay, LCR. Okay, LCR is in your 700s. 710, 11, 12, and 13 is the program codes for it. Okay, so 710 is where we tell it the digits for your LCR. You'll notice we actually include every dialing scenario you could possibly have. So 00 being international, 01 local, 02, well, local depending on where you are. And you can see we actually put up the digits. I don't know why they actually did 3s over there. They should actually be 10s as well, because it affects us on the on 713 here. Is it 713? Yep. No, you can leave it for now. They may not have it. Let's just go to 713 and check it in there. Modify digits. Yeah, okay, they haven't actually put it in there. Okay, we use the append as a hash, so it actually dials out quicker. Does everyone understand what that means? Okay. So, as you said, we put in every dialing scenario, 01, 02, 03. We then give it a length and we give it a route table that it has to go to. So you could put various route tables into your system, and based on where it needs to go and what route it needs to use, which channel it needs to use, whether it's Telkom, VoIP, whatever, we can actually program it in here.
It's always better to have a certain length of digits according to the digital dialing, especially on VoIP,
Yeah,
because it tends to want to already start sending the stuff through. And then
that's why I
you
use,
time out and
that's why I always use this as 10. And on the modified table, I actually append with a hash. So it knows, as soon as you hit 10 digits, it's actually dialing.
international we can do what, 40
I put 16 for international. Okay. Here you can see they actually put 2 as the international. It'll just take longer to dial out. It'll work, there won't be any issues. But if you hit your last digit, if you count it out 4 or 5 seconds, and then you'll hear it dialing. Just to push it out quicker, I put the full length in and I append it with a hash at the end. Okay. So let's look at your 01 scenario. You're dialing 01, 10 digits long, and you're using route 1. So let's go to 712, which is our routing table. Okay, let's go to 711 quickly.
That's all set up.
Yeah, it is set up on default, but I just want to explain it. Okay. In South Africa, we don't have, like in the US, where they've got different tariff tables for different times of the day. For us, it's lucky because it actually minimizes our programming. We just put the entire day in, as you can see, from midnight to 23:59 for all the days, because we've only got one tariff table that we use.
for business hours. Yes.
For business hours, yeah. Okay, so 712. We were looking at the 01 scenario and we were using route table 1. Route table 1 is using 805 as the main group. 805 default on a Samsung PABX is generally your subtable. So if we go to 603 and we look at 805, as you can see, 805, it's SIP, it's a sequential pickup. We're using ISP1. We'll go through the ISP setup now. And those are the trunks that it's actually using in that group. Okay? So it dials out on that. Any questions on the LCR so far? This is about the longest programming you've actually got on a Samsung system, to be honest, is the LCR. Okay.
On your sub-trunk also you've got an option on your ISP selection to have the ISP or peering.
Yeah, okay, so if you drop down an ISP over here, ISP1, you can choose, there's 4 different tables, 4 different ISPs we can set up on the Samsung system, or you can set it up as peering. Does everyone know the difference between the ISP and the peering setup? Don't know the difference.
ISP username and password, isn't it?
Username and password based is the ISP side of it. Peering is actually peering to a device on site that's actually doing the connection back to the ISP. Neotel, if any of you all have connected Neotel, it's always a peering setup. You peer to their device on site, and their device then does the rest of it going out to the ISP. So we just peer in that case. There's no username and password required, nothing. It just sends all the traffic through to the local device, which in Neotel's case is a 192.168.243.10. Send everything there, and that just sends it out. They do authenticate with the outgoing CLI number, which you have to put into 323. If you've got the incorrect number in there, that call will fail. Okay. Whereas on the ISP, sorry?
On Neotel,
Neotel, yeah.
that one.
No, does fail.
We have the wrong CLI.
Doesn't allow it through. They authenticate to the number. They can add additional numbers on for you.
I had a client that had, well, I got clients actually that I send the Telkom number out.
Hmm. And it still goes out.
And still goes out. So
Okay.
they're receiving on Telkom.
And they're dialing out through Neotel.
Or the phone of Telkom, okay.
That's actually illegal.
I've had it as well, but I haven't put the telephone number. But I had a few cases on Neotel where they don't got the
Look, it's terminated
Okay.
on the same site.
Yeah.
So in theory it is illegal, but if it's going to the same address, terminated to the same point, same PBX.
But he's right.
Okay.
You get the odd occasion where
They obviously whoever set up that trunk didn't set it up correctly.
The system is not legal because you're not going to the right provider.
Yes.
Except we need to have that out.
Yeah. The legality doesn't come on with the site. The legality comes on with the fact that you are sending a number out that does not belong to you.
Yeah.
That's where the problem comes in. And at some point, Telkom was sending out letters saying that they will be fining 100 million or some ridiculous figure like that to ISPs and VoIP providers that are actually doing it. When VoIP started going big initially, you could put any freaking number in there and it would send
There's
it.
still a lot of it that's open. I mean,
Yeah, a lot of them are still open.
Box you can put, I put my cell phone number in, I phone myself.
Now, I used to play around with my family that way. I used to put their number in and phone them.
You phone these
Now you're looking at the phone and saying, how can I be phoning myself?
phone these numbers that you get the 900,000 that you want. Ah, okay, let me phone you. So phone with his own number.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not supposed to be done, but anyway, as you said, some of them are open. Okay, here's your 323. This is the numbers that it will be sending out per extension.
FCI will be sent out on all the ports, or just the extension ports, the trunk ports.
Extension. The extension sends the CLI out. That's why it's extension based here. You can actually put the trunk numbers in as well. So if it goes out through that trunk, that's the number it'll send. The trunk will precede the extension. Okay. So you can actually put your DDI numbers, if you've got a DDI range, you can separate them there with different numbers. And as you can see, there is actually 4 numbers as well that you can use. And in your programming on the SIP trunks, you can actually tell it which alias to actually use. On your 837. Okay, he does it on 837.
Will they ever have multiple appearing? That if you can multitask, we can work around getting the other one, but I mean like proper.
Peering trunks. I have actually done a 7400 with 2 peering SIP trunks on it.
No, I've done it,
Okay.
but more than that.
Well, theoretically, the way I did that one, you should actually be able to do more than one on it. More than 2 on it.
When you do a station trunk, you just,
Yeah, you can do station trunk use. That's how I actually did that one with station trunk use. What I had is I had a scenario with 2 Neotel lines coming in on the same premises, running 2 different companies. One in that same building that the PBX was in, which is in Sandton. The other branch was sitting in 4 ways. And yeah, both of them were dialing through the same trunk. Okay. Was it the same one you went to? Yeah, same. Yeah, you still changed it to actually come in on the same link. But I had it as 2 separate peering trunks on that system. I don't know how you figured it out, but it was a bit complicating on the...
I forgot the Microtech. I made the
yeah, I had a Microtech actually doing the...
took the Microtech. I made the client do the routing on his firewall.
Yeah, okay. And he was actually okay with that. He was more confused about his firewall than... we had to actually help him configure that because he didn't know how to do it. I actually luckily had a guy with me that knew the firewall and he configured his firewall for him. But the traffic wasn't working at first and we had to actually get it done that way. Okay, so coming back to this.
We were on LCR,
Yeah, we were on LCR.
210.
210. You have to obviously switch on your LCR here. LCR enabled on. And then we have to go to your 724. The original code that we came into when we were on the system. Remember where we changed the extension numbers and that? We then change their LCR to 0. Okay, so now whenever you dial 0, it actually goes to LCR. Doesn't pick up a trunk number plane. Yeah. Yeah, further down. LCR 0. Okay, and that's your LCR done. Any questions on that? Because I'm looking at a few confused faces.
Go back to zones. Because they're by your roots.
Roots 712.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so your root, so you see, there you create all your different roots with your trunk groups.
Yeah. Go back to 710. That comes back to this routing table here. So you can see everyone here is using route 1, except international is using route 2, and these ones are using route 3. So we can actually go into route 2, which was international, and see what the difference is. Okay, so international is using the same group, but it's modifying 2. So if we go to 13, we can actually see what the modification is. So all it's doing is it's deleting the 00 out in the front. Okay, different ISPs request, especially for international, they got special requests on it. Some of them will tell you to send the 00, some of them will tell you to delete the 00. So that's where that modified table does. It actually, in that one, it's saying delete the 2 digits, which is the first 2 digits, which is the 00. Okay. If you go back into the root table, you'll notice root 1 has got a second class in it, 800. Anyone know what that's for?
Overflow.
Overflow. Okay, or failover, whichever way you want to put it. So if 805 cannot dial out for any reason, it's then going to flow through to the 800 group.
That only
Okay.
works when the link is down. If it can see the server and the quality is bad,
No, yeah, it will. If the link is down, where if you go to 310, you see here, this is where you actually tell it the LCR class goes to 2. So only for those extensions will it fail over. So you can actually tell it only fail over the bosses, because they always want to be able to dial out. If the staff can't dial out, they must wait for the link to come up. Okay, but then there's also in 210, there's a setting there for time. You can actually tell the system that after, and I generally sit around 8 seconds there for it. After 8 seconds of trying the first link, if it does not work, then run over to your second link. If you go shorter than 8 seconds, it sometimes doesn't give it enough time to dial out. If you go any longer, the client puts the phone down because he thinks he can't get out. Okay. Is that what you wanted to know, Brian? Anyone else? Any other questions? You'll do understand what the 713, the modify table works, or how it works. Go to 713. Okay. If you notice in 712, we tell it which modified table to go to. Okay? Go to 713 again. Okay, so that one was using modified table 1. So what it was doing there is, it was deleting the 0 in the front. That's why it's deleting count 1. And then it was inserting the 27 in there. Okay. So obviously this provider wants us to dial out with the 27 as opposed to a 0. We're not going to go to your client and say, stop dialing 011, you must now dial 2711. We let the PABX handle it for him. So he just dials his digits like normal. The PABX will delete one digit in the front, which is the 0, replace it with the 27 and go.
Same place where you link two systems together.
Yeah, you can do your modifier here as well.
The guy just does it.
If you SPNet systems together. Yeah.
What is the append digits for?
Okay, now if we go back to 710, can you see the length here? The 10. Go back to 713. Now the append is after those 10 digits are dialed, do you want to add anything at the back of it? We generally add a hash at the back of it, just to speed up the dialing. In telecommunications term, a hash is, I'm done. End of string, go. So the PBX then knows, don't wait for any more digits, start dialing. Okay. In a lot of cases, it saves the client 3-4 seconds when they're dialing out. Okay. That's LCR in a nutshell. Straightforward, easy. Questions on it? Any funny scenarios you want to discuss on it? You can do a lot of stuff with LCRA. Append digits, delete digits, a lot of things you can do. Okay. What else do you want to cover?
Auto appending.
I know, I'm leaving that one for kind of last. Network LCR, SP netting. Okay. There's a couple codes for SP netting. 820, 824, and 724.
Explain to them what it is.
Yeah. Okay, everyone know what SP netting is? Samsung proprietary networking. Okay, what it does is it links your Samsung PABXs together. So you got a company with branches, Durban, Cape Town, Joburg, set them up individually, and then we SPNet them together. So they actually act as one PABX. You can actually pick up a phone anywhere, dial an extension in Durban, dial an extension in Cape Town, and it'll go through. Okay. Few requirements. The numbering on each system has to be unique. So you can't have the system in Durban have 2001 and the system in Durban and the system in Cape Town having 2001 and so on. So obviously if we're dialing each other with extension numbers, it has to have unique extension numbers at each branch. Again, when I'm SPNetting, I prefer to go to a 4-digit extension range as opposed to a 3-digit. So I'll keep head office, for instance, in the 2000s. I'll move Durban and Cape Town to 2100s and 2200s. Depending on how many extensions are needed each branch, we can obviously set it up differently. So, there's already SPNets in here. Don't know why, but okay. Okay, so each system has to get a unique system ID that identifies it to the other units on this network. There also needs to be a WAN connection or some kind of connectivity between the units. A lot of these bigger companies have already got a VPN set up. We can utilize that VPN. It uses the same protocols as SIP, so bandwidth requirements is about the same. Yeah, okay. So as long as we can see the PABXs, they can all see each other, we can then go ahead. In this scenario, it looks like a VPN setup with the IP addresses. You can also use static IPs at the branches, so you're going to be breaking out and breaking in again. Remember, our quality of speech is based on the connectivity that's there. We cannot guarantee anything on that regard. So If the guy's got a crappy line, speech is going to be crappy. If his line is decent, he's going to have decent speech. Okay, so you go into the system and your first line will, in 820, your first line will automatically have an IP address there. It's its own IP address. So you don't have to change anything there. What you do have to do is give the system an ID. In this scenario, they used 772, 771, and so on and so on. Remember that ID is going to conflict with your 724 numbering table. So you can't go put your system IDs as 201, 202, 203 if you have got extension numbers with the same numbers in there. There is no default, it's blank. You have to fill it in. I use 991, 992, 993 as my defaults. But 77s also obviously work. Okay. So this one's ID is 772. One of the other branches in this case is on 192.168.9.10 and its ID is 771. So if you actually have to log on to that system, that should be on the top line. Okay? And each system gets its unique ID. That unique ID is very important because when you are actually dialing an extension, in the background, the PBXs are actually adding this into the string. So it knows which system to go to. So if you've got the wrong number in there, it's going to go to the wrong PABX. And in all likeliness, the extension number you're dialing does not exist on that PABX and it's going to tell you invalid. Okay, so that's important. Especially when you've got, I mean, the biggest one I've done was 21 systems that was estimated. And it starts getting a bit dicey at that point. The tables are massive. One wrong digit in and just stuffs everything up. Okay, let's go to 824.
So those IPs for the other systems would be the public IPs that you're running over.
Depends. If it's on, sorry, go, okay. Did you exit? Locked out. Okay. If you are using the local LAN and it's the local IP addresses, obviously the local IP addresses are in there. But if it is a public system, if it's on a public IP address, you're going to have to put the public IP address in there and on those sites do port forwarding on the switches that's there or on the routers that's there. You're going to have to forward specific ports. Okay.
Have you done it on Airtel?
Sorry?
Have you done it on Airtel?
Yes, once.
Yeah, and all three PBXs.
No, they have to do the routing. They have to do the port forwarding. They give you shit to do it.
They have to do it.
They have to do the port forwarding for you. Because it's, remember, it's hitting their gateway. You're going. I've got a whole port list that I can make available to you.
Not necessarily though.
Has to.
Not necessarily.
If you're using their public IP, it's coming into their router. Their router has to do the port forwarding to the PBX. Yeah, you're thinking of VPN. VPN is, then the guy's firewall will just handle it.
Right.
And it's, a VPN is open. Everything will see everything on it.
Yeah.
But on a public, it's hitting Neotel first. They're the firewall there. They have to allow traffic and allow it to go to the right place. So they have to do port forwarding for you.
Have you been successful in getting it for you?
Yeah, with a lot of fighting, but yeah.
You use it?
I tried it, no, I couldn't get right. I still got a site where they're running Neotel SIP,
Mhm.
and I've got remote IP phones that I need to connect. I had VND in there,
Yeah.
and the router was in there just for the IP phones, that's all.
Yes, yes.
Because I already got Neotel SIP there. And then VND changed their platform, so now it's not connected.
Okay. Now I've done it on a Neotel, but I think probably the reason why I came right is they had Neotel on both sides and the client wanted it. They actually sold the solution. I did the installation for them.
Yeah, okay.
So but probably more cooperative because it was their client. Okay. It took about 3 attempts before they came right, but yeah, we eventually got it right. I was actually starting to get annoyed. I sent him quite a nasty email saying, I'm not sending my guys out there again until you all actually verify the stuff is working. And that's when they actually got it
No,
working.
because I tell you it's working and then.
Yeah, you get there and it doesn't work.
Not done.
Hmm?
It's a typing now.
Well, luckily I was dealing with the sales work and I just said, stuff you, but you better get your guys to do this right, otherwise I'm not coming back here. So they actually did it themselves, confirmed it, and then phoned me and said, it's now working, you can send your guys to come finish up. They actually got a branch in Jet Park and the other branch is in Lenasia. And that's how we had to get it talking.
How can we bypass that in a scenario where we've got 3 near clouds?
Just get them to do it.
There's no other way.
No other way. No, there is another way. You can get another line for your client.
No, I mean, using this SIP and
Using their SIP, you're going to have to get them to do the port forwarding, unfortunately. It might be faster to get to the line.
and the portal.
Okay. 724. Sorry, 724 first. And LCR. Okay. In 724, you have to do your network LCR. Remember I told you each branch gets unique numbering? So that branch is obviously in the 2000 range. The next one is 2200, 2300. So we actually just use the first couple digits. Okay? Now, if you had a 3-digit extension range and you had 40 extensions at a particular client, so 201 to 249, for instance, you would then have to put 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 in there to cover all of those extensions. That's why I said it's a lot easier if you just go for 4-digit extension numbers. You've got 100 per site. If you do go over 100 and you need 200, it's just 2 network LCR entries in there. Okay?
In the scenario that we used it as a default, we used 2000, 2100 and 2200. We'd have 20, 21 and 22.
That's all. 20, 21 and 22 for 3 branches. Actually, hold on. You'll have 21 and 22 because you're going to be doing the branch with 20.
Okay, so
Then when you go to the other branch, you're going to do 20 and 22.
you put the opposite branch.
Yeah, you only put the opposite branches in. Because if you actually try to put this branch in, it's not going to accept it. It's going to actually, if you put it in, it's going to say you, same dial exists. Do you want to change? You say yes. It deletes all your extensions on the side. Okay. So you put your extension numbers, your beginning numbers for your extensions in there. Now we can go to 724. 824. Now we've done 820 already. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so those digits that you put in will automatically filter through here. If you look at it, it's exactly what we put on those other ones. It's now here. So we know the branches that we put into 820. Can you see the numbers in the front? So we go to translate digits. The 20 extension range is branch 771. Your system ID 771. So you put 771 with the first 2 digits in it as well. Use mailbox, yes or no? Wait length is 4. Why is wait length 4? 4 digits. You're going to dial 4 digits. It's going to wait for 4 digits, and then it's going to dial. Maximum digits are 7. Why?
There's 3 plus the 4 extension.
Yeah.
The system ID is 3 digits long, plus the 4 digits for your extension number gives you 7. Station display, yes or no? I always put that to yes. The reason for that is your name and everything goes through to the system on the other side.
I see that's a trend these days on the SCM as well.
Yeah, if you get a,
If
I'm on an
people come
SCM.
in, yeah, then like, really?
Yeah, I'm on an SCM, and our clients that are on SCMs, if they phone in, actually tells me the name. It's like when I see Doreen, it's like, oh, Doreen again.
So what are you saying, the other station display you put it on?
I put it as on. Okay. And that's basically your SPNet setup. Oh no, sorry. LCR.
How do you tell it what system it is?
In 820.
Itself will always be your system. There's no
Self is always your system. Remember, you got 3 different systems. The self is different for everyone.
each one, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously matching your table.
Yeah.
You're going to have an SPNet license.
You have to have SPNet license and MGI license.
It must be enabled.
Go to 861.
It's not a, must just be enabled.
Ah, sorry, 860.
Not an amount, it's just a use.
Okay, this one is on a tutorial, so it will be yes. Here we go. Allowed. Enabled. Yeah. That's why everything is on max. Okay, yeah, that has to be enabled. Right, now we go to 710. Actually, go to 603 first. Okay, why did I come to 603 first? 804 group, SPNet. Group needs to be there. There needs to be trunks in it available to dial out. Okay? So we know that all the traffic to our branches has to go through the 804 group. Okay, so now go to 710.
When you say trunks, what trunks are you going to put in?
SPNet trunks.
See on the drop down it says
Yeah.
type.
If you go to 724, you'll actually see your SPNet trunks in there.
See there. Says SPNet, right on the top.
Yeah, but I mean the trunk numbers, we'll have to pick it up.
Oh, you can pick it up and download that.
Yeah. In your 724, you can pick it up there. Okay, so 710. Okay. We've numbered all of our branches with the 771, 772, 7 ID. This 7 here is then what we use to connect to our branches. So this is 7, 1, and it's using route table 3. Everyone agree with that? I don't know how you can agree with it. We haven't seen what is even in route table 3.
We didn't go there just now. So it's obvious it must be that one.
Okay, so go to route table 3. Okay, that's using 805. So that's actually going to go through the sub trunk.
But if there wasn't. Okay. That one works.
So you're happy with it going through the sub trunk?
No, that must be
Because if you dial 771 and an extension number through that sub trunk, it's just going to tell you, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you push that to 804. Ah, okay, you can leave it. But that goes to 804.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're done.
And then
Sorry?
You can't overflow.
How are you going to overflow?
No, so you can't. I see D it is, but you can't.
Yeah, sorry. That overflow on number 2 goes out as well, yeah.
and then your incoming will be on the VDI.
Yeah. So, and then 714. If your extension range is not in there,
Your own extension.
your own extension range,
In 714.
in 714, yeah.
Okay, because they're going to be dialing us, right? So we're going to put in.
Your extension number is going to come through, so it needs to know where to send the call.
Say I'm 2000.
Yeah. So it'll be 2 star 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 and goes to B. That's it. Or you can put your extension numbers in if you want.
Yeah, okay.
So if you've got, you're welcome to. I don't have a problem with it. It's not going to affect me. But I would rather just go with the star star options. Or if you want a specific extension to not go, or specific DDI not to go to the extension number, you can put it in manually here and tell it which extension to go to.
That's what I'm talking about. Look at that.
Same story they did here. They've got 3 options for the same number.
Alternative thing for the same thing. It's like, you're unsure.
You're not sure what your own platform is sending through to you. Okay. But this generally on default is on your PABX, your own range. But if you could change your numbers, go in there and make sure that it's there.
Same applies to the other PABX.
Yeah. Everyone happy with SPNet? There's a lot of other things you can do with SPNet, but
What limits the number?
there's legalities behind it, so I'm not going to go into that.
What limits the number of concurrent calls between branches?
Your SPNet trunks.
And what's the default in there?
70/70 and 70/30, there's 4 in there.
Yeah.
And your 71, I think there's 16, 72 and 74, I'm not 100% sure.
And it's not affected by the number of MGIs and SIP.
No, it is affected by the MGI. You can have 4 SPNet channels.
Yeah.
If you only got 2 SPNet licenses.
You need to have India licenses
Hmm.
as well.
Yeah, you said 2 MGIs, not SPNet.
Sorry, if you've, no, yeah, that's what I said. If you can have 4 SPNet channels, but if you only got 2 MGIs, it's only going to allow 2 calls. Okay. So if you want the maximum, you match the MGI channels to the amount of.
70/30 in 2 branches. And 3 people are on a call in branch 1.
Mhm.
But I've got 4 MGIs. Will that still allow me 2 calls to branch B?
No,
1.
no, it depends. Those 3 people that are on calls, are they on IP phones on sub trunks or are they on?
Let me give you a scenario. Analog phone on a SIP trunk.
So that's already using 1 SPNet. So 3 of them like that.
SPNet MGI.
Sorry, they're already using 1
I'm
MGI.
sorry to know that.
So that's 3 of them doing that. It'll only allow you 1 SPNet call.
Okay, so if I use, common sense, would I say that an MGI is required for every time you sort of, as an interpreter between an analog or an IP?
No, it needs for IP to IP as well sometimes.
Is it?
So if you've got a SIP trunk and an IP extension, making an outgoing call to a SIP, it uses 2 MGIs.
And the times when you don't use MGIs,
To initiate the call,
you
you
got
need to-
2 SIP extensions.
Talking to each other internally.
Each other, like SIP cordless phones.
Yeah.
Talking to each other, then there's no license involved. Or MGIs.
Or even 2 Samsung IP phones talking to each other.
But
At the moment you got
an
connecting
IP phone connecting to a
to
SIP
the
line.
external line, you can use these ones, and then also
2. But to initiate the call and then it frees up.
No,
no. Just
as long as that call is active, then it runs.
But so if I've got, I want to bring this up for discussion. If I've got a client that I've given a 7100 to and I've given them 8 MGIs,
Mhm.
and they've got full IP and they've got SIP, are you saying to me that only 4 people can be concurrent?
How many MGIs you said? 8.
Yeah,
not 8 people.
it doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
I've got 4 SIP lines with 4 people using it. Each one's using 2 MGIs.
No, they're not using MGIs.
So you just-
Depends on how you set it up as well. Eh?
I'll tell you why. This has come up
Can we
problems with
switch
clients
off that
where
one setting?
I've got to put in
Hmm.
16 MGI card because the 8 MGIs is not enough for the traffic.
Hmm.
And I don't know when to sort of decide when to put in the 16 OS or when not to.
Okay, we'll
Fine.
check it. We'll check it. Okay. SPNet questions.
One quick question. On the SPNet, can I use the trunk of the...
That's when I said the legalities come into it. Yes, you can break out from another system. But I don't know what the legalities are at the moment about it.
I've got sites like around
Yeah. Yeah, we won't talk about it to implement to implicate ourselves.
At
That
the same time,
Telkom starts saying that you're now becoming an ISP by doing that. And if you don't have an ISP license, it's an issue.
I don't think we should really
I'm talking about I've got a site where I've got a 7200 site, and then 200 meters down the road, they got just another section with another 20, 30 people working there. So I've got a 7100 in there with just MDIs and the 16 SLI card, and it's all analog stuff there.
And it's breaking out to the head office.
Nothing on that system. So
It breaks out from there. Yeah.
Client prerogative.
No, I agree. But remember, if you've got, let's take the three major city scenario again, Cape Town, Durban, Joburg. If I'm sitting in Joburg, let's face it, if I'm phoning someone in Cape Town, I would prefer to break out from the Cape Town system, because then it's a local call as opposed to a national call. I must check on the legalities. I can't really this thing, but
It only pertains if you
But
use
with
the
VoIP
Telkom
these
system.
days-
VoIP, it doesn't matter.
yeah, with VoIP it doesn't matter these days. But if you are breaking out through Telkom all the time, it then becomes a national call. But yeah, it is becoming less and less important, because if all the branches are using SIP, it doesn't really matter where you're breaking out if it's the same cost.
I just tell the client, if you
Yeah.
tell them which is asking for me.
Okay. But yes, to answer your question, you can, again, using your LCR table, break out wherever you want. It'll route that call. I mean, I've got a client that same big system that I spoke about, there's about 8 of them that does not actually have lines at the sites, and they're all breaking out through head office. Similar scenario as to your client there. So they all just use their lines at head office.
Look, it's also a thing where you can have that, if you've got PRIs on different sites and you're using this as your connection, you can have a scenario where if the PRI goes down on the site,
It'll automatically
it
overflow.
still uses, with limitation obviously, but there is something, not nothing.
Yeah. Remember the overflow we saw? You can actually use the overflow for that. That if it can't connect out from here because all the lines are down, it'll break out from one of the other branches. Okay. Any other questions? SPNet related.
But it still can't make coffee.
Cell can't make coffee, yeah. Well, actually, I'll tell you what I tell most clients. It can do whatever you want to do. How big is your bank balance? I can put a relay in there to connect it to a coffee machine. It'll make your coffee. Sorry?
You just dial in, she brings it.
Yeah. You can phone your secretary to ask her to bring your coffee. So it does make it in a way. Okay. So that was SPNet. That was a bit off the topic, but we are covering whatever we can cover.
The older Samsung door phones, did away with it.
Yeah, Korea did away with it. I think there's one lying up there. The new ones are out. If you speak to the guys upstairs, they'll actually give you pricing in there on it.
What's that?
Door phones.
Is there a new one?
Yeah.
It was discontinued again.
I stopped doing that all from this. I modify EcoSet.
Yeah,
Looks like chocolate.
I know. I actually had one
What
up
do you
here
do
at
about
one stage.
EcoSet that's rubber that's not working there? Like
Slap it in there, use a casing with just a button on the speaker button, hotkey pad on it, and it works.
I did a PA system like that as well the other day. Where I ran the cable for the PA and everything was too long and the level was too low, and I said, okay, should start this. Took the Eco, put it on there.
Paging, internal
wired the
paging.
speaker back to the input of the mic, put it on the paging zone. Shut.
Yeah, internal paging.
It's one of those special things like when somebody else gets it, like, what the hell is going on?
Yep. Okay. Anything else? Nothing else. Okay, like I'm going home. Okay. I guess we're getting to the auto attendance section of this now. Since there's no other questions. I have done auto attendant with you. You want to come to the auto attendant? Sure. Anyone want to do the auto attendant?
Yeah.
You want to do it?
No, I don't want to do it. I want you to do it. Because I don't know.
I'm asking if anyone wants to assist me with doing it.
Now I need to.
Nobody in the room has ever done an auto attendant. Yes, yes.
I did it, but I forgot it. That's why we must do it.
Shem, you must have done an auto attendant. So you're just going to help me by pushing buttons. Okay. Functional. Oh, sorry, you were on the right one. Sorry. Yeah. Voicemail auto attendant.
That's on the SVM now.
Well,
Because
they,
on 7070 you can do the nice auto attendant on the old version. Like a charm.
well, here's it here on this one. Remember, you need SVMI licenses for this to work. So make sure you have got SVMI licenses. Otherwise, you're going to spend a lot of time setting up something and getting nowhere with it. Well, this one's got a tutorial, so there's definitely licensing there.
You don't explain what license.
Oh, okay. Above where you are, right. 60. License key. Okay, the SVMI license we're talking about is that one. Okay, there is an auto attendant license on the system. I hate that thing.
Why?
It doesn't work like a. Doesn't give you the functionality that the SVMI does.
But then that's basically the old auto attendant
Hmm.
that used to be in the system.
Yeah, that's all it is.
You don't even need licensing.
Yeah, it comes standard with that license on. I think it comes standard with 2, if I'm not mistaken.
No, but the normal auto attendant part. So you know,
Yeah, you don't need it.
Well,
that's
that's
4
better.
chords.
Do you feel that's better?
You don't have to set up the voicemail. Just set up your auto attendant.
That's all it is.
It's easier.
Yeah, it's all it is. It's an AA, auto
And it's old
attendant.
school.
It's old school.
It doesn't
Voicemail will cut off.
You can't use it for voicemail.
No,
There's no voicemail on it.
no, there's no voicemail on it.
No, I'm saying you can use it as night service to do a cut off message.
Yeah, but the problem is, especially when you got analog lines on the system, it just hangs up the crap. Yeah, it's with my SVMI, I can at least control the analog line to cut off. With the auto attendant, I can't, and it just keeps sitting there. The receptionist walks in the morning and she has to pick up, put down, pick up because it's just ringing. And after, depending how many ports there is there, or how many trunks you've got,
No, but if you point it to disconnect, it disconnects.
to a disconnect group that's got no members in it.
Yeah, no, there's ways around.
Yeah, there is ways around it. But yeah, I've gone with the SVMI, works, love it. Okay, so which one are we gonna? SVMI. Okay, so we've got 4 SVMI licenses on this system because we're on tutorial license, so we got everything. And we got 68 hours to carry on with it. Okay, so auto attendant. This is the entire list of auto attendants. The thing we're going to use the most is that one. Your menu code. One above? Yep. Okay, if you go in there, as you can see, you've got your day main, you've got your night main, and there's a holiday one somewhere around here. Holiday main and weather main. I don't know why other countries obviously like weather. We're not interested. Okay, let's go into the day main menu. Push it onto the other screen. Okay. Take input from entry. That means whatever the client pushes, that's what it's going to take its entry from. We won't go through that now. That's the recording it's going to use, the recording number. I don't know why that's 1002. Generally, your day one default is 1001. I use 1001 for day, 1002 for night, 1003 for any additionals that the client wants. Okay. You're nodding there. That means you know this. When I asked now, you said no.
So the HDMI is easier than the
Auto attendant as well, yeah. It is.
What if the client's got like, says to you, it's got 6
Okay, then,
Create them and you create different menu blocks.
yeah. Now, not only that, you can actually leave it on a day menu block, but now it depends how is he sending it through. Remember, he's got 6 different messages, but what is it coming through on 6 different lines? It also has to be separated somehow.
3 lines and
What, DDIs or analogs?
3 DDRs.
3 DDIs, okay.
And he's
Then,
got day and night for each line.
then see there where he is now, CID?
Yeah.
No, it's not CID. Forward DID. Then you take your entry from forward DID. Okay, but hold on. Can we get to that once we run through the normal scenario? Okay. So now we're on entry. Okay. It's going to use message 1001, which has gone away for some reason. I use, as I said, 1001 there as the message. Okay. Your repeat prompt is defaulted to 1. Now what that means is it'll play the message twice before it actually moves on from that menu. I always put that to 0 and leave it there. We can then go menu processor. This is where you tell it what it needs to do. So it's now come in, it's played the recording on 1001. We'll show you how to record that message now. Now it's played that recording. That recording says, thank you for calling ABC Stores. If you want sales, dial 1. If you want technical, dial 2. If you don't like us, dial 3. Whatever the case may be. That's where this 1, 2, and we leave the don't like you out. Or we'll put the don't like you in. 3 will go to buy menu. You just put the phone down on the hook. Give it a shot. Okay. So what does it do to 1? When you dial 1, go to extension, and if you click here, it'll actually give you, click there, it'll give you a list of all, double click. It probably popped up on the other menu, on the other screen. It gives you a list of your extensions. And if you page down, it'll even give you your groups. Okay, here's your groups here, group 500s. So you can send it to wherever you want. We already have covered putting in groups and that, so I don't think we need to cover it again. Okay, straightforward, it rings to where it needs to go. 2, same scenario, put it to the group, put it to the extension. 3, as I said, we can put it to the buy menu, we can do whatever we want with it. Okay.
If they don't, they're your event date.
Okay, then you could say, or hold for the operator. So they haven't made a choice, they want to hold for an operator. You then use the no entry, go to extension, and your switchboard group.
If they don't enter, you can also just trash them.
What do you mean trash?
Well, just say goodbye.
Yeah, if you want to close your company down, I don't think that'll be a problem.
No, I mean if you say dial 1 for this, 2 for that.
That's why I said if you don't like us, dial 3 and you send that one to the buy menu.
That's exactly what Discovery does. You have to make a choice.
Otherwise it ends your call.
Just drops the call.
Okay. But then again, we know Discovery has got a lot of money. They've got more than enough customers they can handle.
That's why they can't get into banking now.
Yeah. Okay, is that clear? No issues on that.
That's fine.
Okay, so you want to cover your scenario now.
So
That's straightforward.
that's straightforward auto attendant.
Okay, that's straightforward auto attendant. Right, now, your scenario. 6 different DDI numbers coming in, 6 different messages. Entry, 4 DDI.
4 DRD.
4 DID here. Okay? So now we're telling it must take the entry from the number, the DID number that they've dialed. Go to menu prompt, processor. You put your DID number in there.
The full number or just the last 4 digits?
No, the full number.
As it arrives.
As it arrives. Depends. Telcom will only send 4 digits, sub-provider 10 digits. So whichever one they're sending. And obviously if you got these providers, you have to put hash, 027, all of those. Okay. So whatever the DDI number is showing. Yeah. Okay. Action, go to. Drop down there.
Send it to your group.
Menu. Go down. Menu. 01. Okay, click on there. And it's on the other screen. You can then create a new menu there for it.
Yeah.
Or you could send it to, let's say, that will go to our holiday main.
Okay, so for my 6.
You're going to have to
different
create
numbers,
6.
I create 6 menus, and there I send it to the menu.
Yeah.
Then it works like normal.
Then you go into that menu. What message must it play? Blah, blah, blah. Straightforward, simple, easy. Is that all you wanted to go to the auto attendant the whole day for?
I just needed to know how to get it to there.
The same rule applies if you're doing it for 3 different companies, 3 different CLIs.
Yeah, then you only create 3 different menus.
Yeah.
And hold on, get this. If you're doing it for 7 different companies, you just create 7 different menus.
You sure?
Okay, I want to. Okay, so get into my auto.
Do that with your auto attendant.
I go into my auto. I say, listen, I want to go to that extension, so it sends me there, and it says, please wait.
Mhm.
What does it say? Was it?
Transferring
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to move that.
Okay, that's simple. I can see the way he's reacting, he already knows how to do that. What are you looking for?
Isn't that there by your prompts?
That's your mailbox. Extension class. Sorry, E-class.
Slightly up.
But you want to go to E-class?
Where's the prompts? We can take out. Is that what it's talking?
Yeah, he's talking about the prompts.
On the
Yeah,
other
E-class.
side, it just says prompts.
E-class. Standard. No.
There it says prompts.
Okay. You just delete it. It's already gone from there actually, your toggle header prompt. Delete it. Doesn't say it anymore.
Okay, so I messed it up. Now I want to default my whole auto attendant group, my own auto attendant.
I should fire you, you know.
Now what's that one?
Okay, you want to default the SVMI.
The whole SVMI, yeah.
No, technician, you should fix it. Fuck this defaulting shit.
No, I want to default it.
Okay, default, go to system parameters. Yeah, okay, go with that way there.
Let's go at your PC.
Management whitelist, one below. Just add 255 in. And someone added 73. Just change the 73 to 255. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm obviously a better technician than you. I've never had to default it, but I'll figure it out for you now. I was always able to fix it up. Okay, management. That's maintenance now. Okay, so it's not in system parameters.
Oh, hang on, while you're there, so that's where you can change if a client forgets their password for their voicemail.
No, that's in
It says force a
mailbox.
client to change password there.
Yeah, that's if they log on, then you can force them to change their password.
The initial setting.
Go to any mailbox. And subscriber password. Change it there. Generally, I just change it back to the 4 zeros and tell them they can go in and change it to whatever they want. Okay.
You need to go to operating utilities.
Sorry?
The default.
Yeah. Operating utilities. You're going to have to do it now from the initialize. It'll probably ask you first before it does it, so double click. Yeah. No, hold on. Remember something. Your system backup does not back up your SVMI system. There is a different, well, here's it here. That's your backup from for your SVMI system.
But it backs it up on that system. not
No.
on your-
Backs it up on your notebook.
on your-
Okay, go to backup. Let's do a backup. No, it's not a, it's a different backup altogether.
Isn't it a TTZ file?
Yeah, something like that. Okay, so there you're going to go to backup,
Top left.
top left.
I first got to create a file name.
Yeah, okay. Go to file. Nothing on the other screen. Okay, there. So give it a name. And you want to restore exactly the same place. You go to restore, point it to the file, and it actually does the voice recordings as well. The messages, not the messages, the auto attendants. No.
So if you customize it with
Okay. So you still like your auto attendant more than the SVMI? Okay. Anything else on the auto attendant?
Remote retrieval.
Remote retrieval of messages, it's a 6. When you dial in, go to your extension, and when you hear your SVMI message comes up, you dial 6, it'll ask for your passcode, punch it in.
It takes a passcode, but it doesn't actually give the menu to say you have messages. It actually gives the administrative options.
Should be, if you're in the administrative menu, if you press the star button, it should take you back to your mailbox.
I've got a card now that's actually also on voice data. So I dial in, I hit the hash button to go to administration, and then I put in the mailbox number.
No, hold on. You're hitting the hash button to go to administration. Why are you going to administration?
You must be listening to the voicemail.
Don't go to administration at all. You dial in, go to your extension.
You're going to be transferred.
Be transferred to your extension if you've got a DDI or whatever the case may be. Dial it directly. As soon as your mailbox comes up, you hit 6, it'll ask you for your passcode, punch it in, and you're in your box.
So basically, go for your own mailbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be listening to
Go into your own mailbox like you're going to be leaving a message. And when it comes up, press the 6 button, it'll ask you for your passcode, punch it in, takes you through. Okay.
What about scripts?
What scripts? Uploading of scripts. MP3, Voice Studio. Yeah. Prompts. Why is it giving that now again? Okay. But when you go in there, it just pointed to the script, MP3. On the 7030 and 7070, MP3 works fine. Upload, and you're done. Okay. No fancy, funny 8,000 kilohertz mono and all. MP3 works on this thing perfectly fine.
The wave file?
Let me repeat it. MP3 works perfectly on this. You don't have to go for that wave crap and that. It's MP3. 71, 72, 8,000 kilowatts, 16-bit mono, wave file, yeah, all of that crap. Okay.
ACM as well.
Yeah, ACM as well. Exactly what you see here is how the big SVMI card works as well. Okay. The SVMI 20i, you can access it exactly the same way via the system. Your older SVMI 20e, you had to plug directly into it. No, the only difference is you had to plug into it, but other than that, it works perfectly fine as well. Exactly the same way as this. I've done some hectic shit with the SVMI. I had to sit and figure out, but I did some hectic stuff with it. EI, it's the same thing.
Some techs used to program it, they used to be clever. So you can dial into the auto tenant or the ACMI and then pick up a line and dial out.
Yes.
Well, that's how they act some of the
Yeah,
times.
you gotta just
Yeah, so you don't allow zero access and shit like that on your SVMI.
You have to do that. So that
Yeah.
On your menus, on your main menu.
Well, the client is very pissed off. You realize customers.
It used to be defaulted to zero being your operator before. So when you held on for the operator, you get dial tone.
That's how I figured.
And then you could actually dial wherever you want, it was open. But they've changed that on the newer ones now.
We don't need to make anything.
Okay. Any other questions?
Go into that day main menu. If you take out that administration digit as well.
Oh yeah, for the hash. Then you can't program it when they come in. But it has to be a guy that then knows Samsung because he needs to know the.
People that knows,
Yeah.
When I had a card as well, they got a PRI and they got a voice blogger on it. And then just after 8 in the evenings, they would get calls, but it's actually not even, and they're actually recording their calls. They listen to it, it's not actually valid call, it's like dialers. They just dial in and they connect. And they connect for 45 minutes on a time. And it was to Pakistan and to this.
Yeah, all international.
On the recording, there's no voice, nothing. They just connecting and it's like auto dial.
Okay, that's your auto tenant, guys. And as I said, the SVMI has got a lot of other functions. I mean, you can send it to an off-site. It'll actually manage a call to an off-site cell phone. So it'll actually forward a call to the cell phone. If the cell phone goes to voicemail, it'll actually bring the call back into the system type of scenario. It does all of those things. Check him out with his auto tenant, and now he's sitting and scheming.
So I've done that. I've sent it to a cell phone.
On the auto tenant, it's all unsupervised. It dumps it there. If it goes to voicemail, you leave a voicemail. It won't bring it back into the system. It's better.
Let the customer pay for it.
Okay, but yeah, that's the type of capabilities you've got on the SVMI compared to the auto tenant.
Email yourself there.
Yeah, and oh yeah, you get email as well. You can actually set the system to email you your voicemails. So you don't have to sit at a phone and listen to it. You have to buy an email gateway license. If you go into system parameters again. Email gateway. Okay, so you put a license key in here. So once-off license key and it opens up all of them. There's no limit to the amount that it'll do. Then you have to go to the users, put their email addresses in and say yes, forward it off. So if I phone your office, leave a voice message for you, it'll actually email the message to you. So if you've got a cell phone with you connected to your email, you'll get your message immediately. You can set it up in two ways. You can tell it. You can tell it to either give you a message to say you've got a voicemail message, or it can even send you the recording. It'll send you a WAV file that you can listen to on your phone.
Can't translate it.
You can, but it's a function on your cell phone. Eh? Okay, so yeah, you've got. The last time I purchased one, it was 1,500 rand or something.
Should be about 300 bucks.
So yeah, but it'll do all of those.
1,500 was in 2006.
No.
No, it's joking.
It's not a license that we use very often because most guys are not actually interested in it. But that's just the functionality that is possible with the SVMI.
Not a lot of people will do that.
A lot of guys will say, no, I don't want the message sent to me, just email me a fact that I've got a message, which it'll do as well. A lot of people that get the email on their PC may not like it because you obviously then have to have speakers unless you plug in with earphones and you play it across the speakers and everyone in the office hears your message. But yeah.
You get a temp license.
Sorry?
You get a temp license.
For the email gateway? No. No temp license for that. And obviously you then have to set up to negotiate with the client's email server on site. But yeah, that's straightforward. Okay. Questions? None. That's just, yolks are brilliant. Okay, you want to take a little break?